edun ensia 116 years ya disi honum na ye de kai osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na onukura ya no na ndie saa dwumadie na se no ekoso atoye mantem no embrashe bedwani ono wo elembele abatro mpeso aso onukura ya asembre oye soafo hwe nsase na afi so ne fom agudie ensem so eyo no yanfo Emmanuel Kofi Amaboa odi ensem atudwa na ochiremu se sembre Ghanafo esese Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ne niam ahodo beyeye wo mra no tiase de boaye amo ban no kra tumi nya ye fa ahodie no ye maye ade be ya ahia de papa wo man mu na no ebetumi aboa ama chese ya kai bebi ye firi eba ani bebi ye duru ani bebi ye ko na se yankai niam ahodo osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ebe ye de boa Ghana man a ebe de ye hu bebi mpo ye duru ani bebi a ye pese ye koso man odi ansem ni nyina tudwa ewo Nkrumah fese omudi ye ewo nkrofo ana asempti da so eni se enei eyade a ye celebrate Dr. Kwame Nkrumah eni ne niam pa oyeye ewo man mu eni se ne betumi abo ne dwumadi obedi ye ho ban no ye ra Emmanuel Makofibu a echemu se esese Ghana yebomodia na yema endei no osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah eniema Paul ye no yetumi esua na eniema hodo a enisuade huna na esi nani so betumi ahwa aboa na oman na tumi akwa nanim no ne nyina yetumi eye edeboa na wadwumadie na ase no ene osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ni start yo honom na afen so Kwame Nkrumah Misraim e wonso wo honom omu yensiesi ahodo e wo honom a chese na ni kapa na no so afo no so e ba ne nsrahwe ene amanmre ho nsem a oda no no yamfo jifa gomashi enso e de nsem atudwa e de ochemu se yere befi bibia na ye osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah bia ye wo no ende da ye de wo no eni kwanse ye ma yere efi kra esanse e abakosem kese pa eno ewo manmum na sam ya Nkrumah one so ya osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ye mu ba enso ebo aban abaso pa 98.9 esa ye da aban asese ene watumi ahwe na Founders Day no watumi dia ba esanse nkane no eyade a omu yifiri ho so aban ba ye wahwa wama yedi Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na woda kama wenso ohun ne se eyade abeboa na ne krakra no no sofo no ewa atwa mantemu onyanfo Joseph Nelson enso ade atu edwase sani ampanifo na di nkan aka no a ono nso ade to so se sembre no osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah de eniema wodo apapa ibe ye no ese yema ehu hia Ghana fo sani ebeya endei no yenso yebehu eniema hodo titire pa ne enkoda nchirima eba no ese yema osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ne eniema pa obeye ye no ye kyerɛkyerɛ mu wɔ suku ahodo wo fia na wode kyerɛ wo ba ne ade a ade betumi aboa ama endei no oban na kɔdadim na yemfiri osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ensemu na deputy director of operations ewo abankesie mu eye Mustafa Gandhi na ono ena ne fix the country for ahye se mobile vigil na vigil na se no ena ndei Mustafa Gandhi ekopie hodom ena ode ensem atro mo anim se obedrasro mo ase ebeya nkomo ntwentwen so endrada ana chese vigil no ekoso ewo revolutionary square no Mustafa Gandhi ekopie mu hodom no chemso we die otosro mo a mo ntwentwen so na enka ebeya fix the country for yi eni aban mu mpanimfo ensi nkonwa na no baba ye nkoso esansa aban esi nani so se galamse kono be kono wa kono ye pa na watu ase na wone semu no chemu se ene Ghana man pani John Dramani Mahama oni man mu enti enkomo twempo na Ghana man pani ba ya na nka enkonwa bia no matumi asi na asem no omo atumi aka ne yie pa na nka ban de omo hwɛ nim sa ban bɛhwɛ na watu galamsi ase no so ban atumi ahwɛ na watu ase de amommo osanso akyeremu sɛ endei no ɔsoafo no ɛhwɛ yɛn sase ne fom agudie ensɛm so nuyamfo Emmanuel Kofi Amaboa sandra danso no no so watɔyɛ mantemu a ɔsagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na woda na ɔmo ɛhwɛ edi ɛno ti yɛwura Mustapha Gane di ohun ne sɛ fix the country for mo vigil na ndra na ɔmo de hyehyɛ so no ohun ne sɛ enkomu nya abotre kakra na nka aban mu mpanimfo ahodoɔ no etumi bedu nkran na nka nkonwasie bi a ɛwɔ hɔ bia no ɔmo atumi asi den dey no ɔmo atumi ehu asɛm no pomasi brɛ na nka asomdwe atumi aba na wɔmra ɔde nsɛm yɛtu dwawie yɛ no ɛna ne fix the country for mpanimfo a ɔmo da ɔmo ano enso ɛde trom anim epi sɛ vigil no ɛnya de ɔmbetu ahyɛda ɔmuntu hyɛda nde entu hyɛda ɛkyena ɔmbɛkɔ so ayɛ pa ɛna ɔmo de to yɛwura Mustapha Gande anim sɛ ɔmbɛkɔ so ayɛ na ɔmo kra mpodie ɔmo vigil no ase no ɛne ɔmo huro Mustapha Gande pa sɛ ɔnkɔ na galamsey na ɛkɔ so wɔ man mu no ɔmo ani brabre sɛ abanya ntu ase a ɔyɛ kyerɛ hodoɔ mbɛyɛ wɔ man mu ne nyasɛm ketwa kɔpem sɛ aban bɛtio mu so frɛ na watu galamsey na ase ɛde ama Ghanafoɔ na ɛno ɛna conveners a ɔmo da fix the country ano ɛkyerɛ bu sɛ
Happy FM
ɔmo deɛ
98.9
sɛne ɔmo adi nkan aka no ano ɔman no na ɛho hia ɔmo enti sɛ nkonwasie bi wɔ hɔnom anaasa no baabae bi wɔ hɔnom a aban pɛ sɛ ɔne ɔmo di nkitaho a ɛbɛtumi aboa na galamsey no ɔmo atu ase a savage no ɔmo nya nkosi wiase awieyɛ ene ya ɔmo awie enti efiri enne ne akyi na ɛkɔ no sɛ aban pɛ sɛ ɔne ɔmo ɛtwetwe nkɔmɔ a ɔmo de ɔmo wɔ hɔnom ɔmo abi ɔmo apono ato hɔnom sɛ aban brɛ na ɔmo ɔne ɔmo twetwe nkɔmɔ na mmom sɛ ɔmo betwa so ɛdeɛ anaso ɔmo betu ahyɛ da deɛ ɛnya de a ɛbɛba so ɛnɛ aba so ɛkyena ɔmo ɛbɛkɔ so a ayɛ vigil no na kyerɛ sɛ deɛ ɔmo ɛpɛ sɛ aban betumi asi ano ɛde ama ɔmo no aban atumi ahwɛ na galamsey ko no watumi ako no wako ne yie sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ nne yɛ ɔman no yɛnso yɛnkra na yɛmfiri galamsey nsɛmu ne yɛnkɔ Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama na so ɛyɛ ɛnɛ Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama di mpanimfoɔ ahodoɔ anim wɔ man mu ɔmo akɔpie mu ɛwɔ US abrochima mu New York na ne nyinaa ne sɛ United Nations General Assembly no ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ hɔ na Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama ne mpanimfoɔ ahodoɔ bi ɛwɔ man mu akɔpie mu dwumadie no krampo no bɛhyɛ ase nyame adom akyina ɛno ti ɔmo adi nkan wɔ hɔ na ɛnkrata ba mmɔnten so apani ɔkasa ɛde ma ban ɔnonyafo Felix Ofosu-Kwakye ne nsasa ase no ɔkyerɛ mu sɛ Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama nyame adom a yɛwɔ de yɛdi anim ya ɛyɛ September bosom da tɔso duododom ɔno ɛde nsɛm ahodoɔ bɛto dwa ɛwɔ dwumadie n'ase a sɛnsɛm yi nia no dodoɔ na fa bibiman ɛne yɛsikasɛm ɛho na ne nsɛm no ɛna ɔkyerɛ mu sɛ owie yɛn so hɔ a ɛyɛ ade a Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama ɛne UN nkyerɛkyerɛfoɔ pani ɛbɛsi nkonnwa na ɛnda yi ɔmo atumi atwetwe nkɔmɔ ahodoɔ a bɛtumi aboa ama bibiman atumi akɔ n'anim saa nso ɛna Ghana man nso atumi akɔ n'anim owie nso ɔne aman ahodoɔ mpanimfoɔ bebree no a bɛdi nsɛwsoɔ atwetwe nkɔmɔ ɛna afei nso panipɔ no nso ɛda Rockefeller Foundation ano Ghana mampani ɛne ne bɛtwetwe nkɔmɔ ahodoɔ and we ni ayade a ebebu abibi man titire pa ene Ghana man na enu achi na chese Ghana man pani ne ho kani First Lady Mrs. Lodina Dramani Mahama enso eka ho ne nikunu ekoye
Happy FM.
no ne nikunu ekoye no ne so eya de omo so Organization of African First Ladies for Development sa dwumedie no eno so bekoso ho nti one so ekobi no atumi ahwe aboa na titire pa ne mba yedie atumi akoso ewo man mu enti ohwe mpanifo ahodo eka Ghana man pani John Dramani Mahama ho ekoye and the chief of staff Era Julius Debra Afensu Executive Secretary Dr. Callistus Mahama Presidential Advisor Joyce Bawa Mutari so ka ho Deputy Chief of Staff Finance and Administration Dana Oye Bampadro ene oswafo no ehwa mahodo so nsem onyanfo Samuel Kujato ablakwa Afensu no oswafo a ohwa mpomuden nsem so Kobena Minta Kandro ene oswafo hwe edwadie ensem so Elizabeth Ofosu Ejare ena Afensu Yera Felix Ofosu Kachi
98.9
omo ni afoforo ene ka ho ande omo akwa mu ewo US abrochimemu a omo hwe anim se dwumedie no bekoso kama ye hwe anim se nyame adom a September bosumi ya wo mu ya ne de toso aduasa 30th September da Ghana man pani ene afoforo nde yomo akwa mu ewo US abrochimemu na omo atumi aba bedru Ghana hanom sen yantu akase bone so ma ha happy 98.9 FM Chokronkron kase no edi kan ene egusu ayede esum na George Penny Adema Trade Union Congress Joshua Ansa ono enende watoto asre organized labor ene nwumeku ahodo a omo oman mu se omo nkom humbo mu sanse ene abibi man mu ene Ghana man mu krampo no
Happy FM.
orudu a na sa foforo ye adwuma wo man mu no ene ma ahodo esese omo ensa ka no omo nsenka demom kuma bi e wosoro ho ena chese omo de omo twa omo ho speed de ni ade a ode ensam yetu dwa ewo ebure no wo epo emantem no ena yewra ansa echre mu ese saade no yade a ono beka setia se oman a yeyidan yetimu na enkese obi aho atumi to no titire pa ne adwumayefo nanso enkoba ne sa no eyade ha adwempa nti wadoto asere se nwumeku ahodo ewo man mu omunkom humbom na etumi emwa se ne be ya adwumayefo ewo man mu nso eho ebetumi ato omo eni ade a enti ode ansam ya to dwa wie ye no ne ensemmɔ de yewura Joshua Ansa ogibi pa izanza amanfo wo ho no mu ye adwumayefo no mu de ze eniema bi enhyeda entwaye wo ho no yamfa kasebɔ no enkopie mu ewo amanone ensemu ene ukɔ malaria eyade aposifo ensa so enipa baako enwɔtwe emu na enipa baako enwɔtwe a omunsa so mu no eye abato a omoto wo hodo wande bi mu aye de sew ombefa kwati kwan so ede emane bi akeka ho abato emu krampo na yade omo hwɛ anim se abato ni nsunsanso eba betodwa emma ye nanso emimu ayo mo adwen se omo befa abafu kwan so awie abane mu wo hodo mo a ende Malawi Electoral Commission na jese aso mo hwɛ abato ensem so wo Malawi ene aposifo aka bomu omo achi nipa baako enwɔtwe ewo honom na no ena jese omugusu a hwehwemu ekoso ewo honom na we no ene
Happy FM.
empenuwa wodo omo no amuhwɛ abato ne so ena jese mu baako eye se sani omo hye no se onfa mani bi nkeka ho ne ade no na koma nyosu ntinko no akura de obeje ne crab feed semu aposifo ye hwehwemu di hu se sei na ekoso a inde yom nsa asɔ enipa baako enwɔtwe mu ɛwɔ Malawi. Never kasebo ni nyinaa si ende anapɛ yɛ wɔ happy 98.9 FM so ende. Na nsɛm awura di kasebo ni mu akotene ebie ne sɛm. Ende Trade Union Congress ɛna atoto asere nnwumeku ahodo ɛwɔ ɔman mu sɛ ɔmo nkɔ mo mbɔ mu ɛ. Sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ adwumayɛfo ahodo ho betumi atɔ mo sanso. Ɛna Ghana man pani John Dramani Mahama edi mpanifo ahodo ɛne mo akɔ mu wɔ US. A ɔmo hwɛ nim sɛ United Nations dwumedi ahodo a ɛkɔ so horrible nso. Ghana yɛn so yɛ kyɛfa ebetumi abɛmu. Yɛkɔ amanɔne nsɛm ɛnde Malawi apolisifoɔ ensa so nipa baako enwɔtwe mu sɛ aba ɔmo to yɛ ɔmo pɛ kwati kwan bi so ɛde ewie mu ɛde amobi wani awudo bi aka ho ɛna me de bɛso mu ana pɛ sɛ happy twere kronkron kase no edi kan na me amede kasebo yɛ bɛso mu edi amegye so ɛne kɛtre akwasi yɛbo ame sorry Sweden ne era Kwadwo Sefah-Danquah ɔne Madam Fati Shaibu Ali ɛna afei so no Prince Poakwa Brown the happy morning show no ena eba besumo mi bo bibia moniti a adeshi amame wazaba sewo bonyuma dompe kukompo so bizasa kiniye nimjawa bombonchen nkasi ye bonsusuwa A1 Agopurame Musansu Shunku Happy FM Wazabo Happy FM Nijenkwa.
For all the news updates, trending topics, good music, and unbiased analysis of various issues, listen to the Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM. We are your morning companion.
Frustrated with outdated banking experiences? You deserve an app that makes your life easier, not harder. Say hello to the CBG mobile app, your new cool way to handle everything banking. With biometric security, lightning-fast mobile money access, and one-touch bill payments, banking has never been this smooth. Stop imagining when you can live a life where your entire banking world is in your pocket, ready whenever you need it. No stress, no fuss. Don't settle for less. Experience a more superior, convenient way of banking today with the CBG mobile app. Banking made cool, fast and secure. Welcome to the good life. CBG.
We stand with you.
Efri nyanhini ekosi nro efri haban edi konkwa Ghana bibidro di tumi sorry anwodene ene nukremu ebre no dro say ye di Ghana Herbal Conference de di kan kra ebro jumadie ebekoso December bosomene da etoso miensa ekopim enum ewo Prempe Assembly Hall Kumasi asemtitra eda jumadie ne so ne Harmony in Herbalism, Balancing Tradition and Innovation. Bra, na bahwe akwan ahodo a ye bibinro na hunu enu ahodo a ya yo ewo Ghana ha na ne adunsifo akukudan ene wonom a wo ye bibinro mu hwehwemu eni nkoma ehun hia sa adwumadie wonom o maso yasene amiade bramo eye the Ministry of Health, Ghana Federation of Traditional Medicine Practitioners Association, GAFTRAM, Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, and the Center for Plant Medicine Research. Bomodia, na kwa be fontintan kese ne so www.ghanaherbalconference.com. DHE ewa be fontintan kese ahodo no so at Ghana Herbal Conference. So pese obeda wunu awayo no edi anase ope baby a ubetimi di wunu na sie ewo dwumade na se a bomodia na frɛ yɛn ewo tetefon homa yi so 0202-222-095. Ana before forms ewo YFM Kumasi Inshaya so ben MTN Inshira FM anase Love FM. Ghana Herbal Conference, our roots, our remedy.
The morning show that brightens your morning with exciting news, great music, great talk, and incisive discussions. This is the Happy Morning Show, Mondays to Fridays on Happy 98.9 FM.
For all the news updates, trending topics, good music, and unbiased analysis of various issues, listen to the Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM. We are your morning companion.
Welcome to Monday Morning.
My heart is heavy as I witness the damage which this clique of neo-colonialist conspirators are doing to our country. At the bidding of their overseas neo-colonialist masters, they are dismantling the work of 50 years. They are telling you that Ghana is bankrupt. They are telling you that our country is in debt to the extent of some 240 million pounds. What fools they are. How ignorant for them to think that you believe these stupid lies. Open your eyes and look around you. See for yourself. See the splendid new Tama Harbor. See the mighty water dam. See the fine roads which we have built under the leadership of the Convention People's Party and its government. See the schools, the colleges, and the universities. See the clinics, hospitals, health centers, and the facilities which we have created. See the factories which are already springing up. These are no debts. These are not debts. They are investments in our future as an independent nation. These are the physical guarantees of the bright new future which I have promised you and I have been working for. Together, we can put our Ghana firmly and squarely on its own feet. Together, we can create the things we need for ourselves instead of going cap in hand for charity handouts from foreign powers whose only wish is to exploit us and make us vassals to their interests. I know these are hard and trying days for you. I have never tried to conceal from you that real independence, that is to say economic independence, does not come without hard struggle and sacrifice. Unlike the cheats and deceivers, the liars and traitors who are now trying to lord it over you, I have never promised you any easy road. I have respected your good sense, your capacity for work, your pride in yourselves, and your sense of national dignity. Why do you think these traitors, these agents and lackeys of colonialism and of international intrigue to destroy the independence of Ghana, chose this moment to perform their dastardly act? I will tell you, less than 1 month before they struck to destroy all our hard work, we had inaugurated the first electricity from the water dam. Only 3 days before this treachery, we had signed a new agreement to irrigate the mighty Accra Plains. At last, we were on the threshold of a great new victory. We had, in 1957, won our political independence after years of struggle. Now, in 1966, we were at the threshold of winning our economic independence. The same people who tried to sabotage our winning of political independence 9 years ago have now struck to sabotage our economic independence and are systematically dismantling our socialist gains and achievements. Before the traitors and the rebellious National Liberation Council tried to usurp power during my absence from Ghana, Ghana was a haven to which the oppressed from all parts of Africa could come to carry on their struggle. It was a haven for freedom fighters, for independence, and against colonialism. The name of Ghana was revered all over the African continent as a staunch friend of the oppressed. African brothers from South Africa, from Rhodesia, from Mozambique and Angola, from the so-called Portuguese Guinea, and the Cape Verde Islands, and other oppressed colonial areas were given hospitality amongst us. Do you think that this is something of which we needed to be ashamed? Not at all. On the contrary, it was something of which we should be justly proud. Haven't we proclaimed that the independence of Ghana is meaningless until it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa? Now, hundreds of these brave freedom fighters who came to our country trusting us to look after them and help them in their struggle against colonial oppression, and believing as we do that Africa and the struggle for freedom is indivisible. These brave men and women have been sent back, bag and baggage, by this traitorous clique to the countries from which they had fled to seek refuge. inspiration, and protection in Ghana. Countrymen, a new phase of the African Revolution has been reached. This revolution must overcome and triumph over imperialism, racialism, and neocolonialism. It must finally usher in the total emancipation and the political unification of our continent. Africa must be free. Africa must be united. Long live African independence. Long live your struggle. And long live African unity. Here is a phenomenon against which all African freedom fighters must be on their guard and resist to the utmost. Even though I appreciate the difficulties facing us, I must admit, I find it strange to watch some of us returning willingly to the colonialist fold. This time, they don't even have the excuse of being forced to subject themselves to foreign domination. It makes one wonder, why so much effort and sacrifice and so many lives were given up to the achievement of independence in the first place, if it can only be so quickly and easily surrendered. We must begin to build immediately our own continental common market. For it is easy for anyone who studies the Common Market Organization closely to realize that the common market is aimed at harnessing the African countries to satisfy the profit lust of the imperialist bloc and to prevent us from following an independent neutralist policy. It is easy to see that the imperialists and the colonialists are determined to retain the African countries in the position of suppliers of cheap raw materials. If we do not resist this threat, and if we throw in our lot with the common market, we shall doom the economy of Africa to a state of perpetual subjection to the economy of Western Europe. This will, of course, hinder the industrialization of our young African states. It is impossible to think of economic development and national independence without possessing an unfettered capacity for maintaining a strong industrial power. The activities of the common market are therefore fraught with dangerous political and economic consequences for the independent African states. The organization constitutes an attempt to replace the old system of colonial exploitation by a new system of collective colonialism, which will be stronger and more dangerous than the old evils we are striving to liquidate from our continent. This is another reason why we should come together in a unified African economic plan, which, operating on a continental scale, can make a solid attack on the imperialist domination in Africa. We should, without delay, aim at the creation of a joint African military command. There is little wisdom in our present separate effort to build up and maintain defense forces, which, in any case, would be ineffective in a major world conflict. If we examine this problem realistically, we would ask, which single African state could protect itself against an imperialist aggressor? And how much more difficult this would be when some states are allowing the imperialists to maintain bases on their territories. I have already referred to the military forces which South Africa is raising and the danger it poses for the new African states and the struggle of those still in chains. Only our unity can provide us with anything like adequate protection. Those problems can best be met within a unified Africa. And it should be possible in the higher reaches of our endeavor to devise a constitutional structure which will secure the objectives I have outlined, and yet preserve the sovereignty of each of the countries joining the Union. Countries within the Union will naturally maintain their own constitutions, continue to use their own national emblems and national anthems and other symbols and paraphernalia of sovereignty. Regional associations and territorial groupings can only be other forms of balkanization unless they are conceived within the framework of a continental union. There are existing models which we can modify or adapt to our pattern. The United States of America, the Soviet Union, India and China have proved the efficacy of unions embracing large stretches of land and population. Long live African freedom fighters. Writing and teaching all about imperialism, colonialism, and neo-colonialism in order to create an awareness of their workings and machinations. Only a sell-out willing tool, a quisling and a lackey, a stooge and a traitor could fall victim to the wiles of imperialism, colonialism, and neo-colonialism. The pity is that there are still Ghanaians and Africans who are prepared to sell themselves to aid and abet these systems. These agents and stooges chose to attack the African Revolution by attacking me. They know that the name of Ghana is one of the symbols of African achievement.
Happy FM 98.9.
It was so in medieval Africa, and it is so today. The reawakened African giant is the master organ for African progress, national consciousness, and African unity. It is the symbol of the courageous struggle of the African people for national independence and continental unity. From pre-independent days to the day we fought and won our independence from colonial rule, the symbolic date being 6 March 1957, Ghana has thrown herself freely and boldly into the struggle for African emancipation. We have proclaimed our firm stand against imperialism, colonialism, and neo-colonialism. We have unflinchingly stated that the independence of Ghana was meaningless unless it was linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. We made it clear to our brother African states, which followed us in the wake of African freedom and independence, that unless Africa was politically united, our continent would never be really free from foreign interferences and domination. We also warned that imperialism and neo-colonialism would turn some of us into stooges and traitors in order to undermine and subvert not only the African Revolution, but the very existence of independent African states. This has become our cardinal foreign policy, and this is what we have been shouting from rooftops all over the African continent. The African freedom fighters joined us in the struggle, and we welcome them as worthy sons and daughters of Africa who shared our hopes for a united revolutionary Africa. Thanks to the efforts of the African freedom fighters and revolutionaries, today there are no fewer than 36 independent African states united under the banner of the Organization of African Unity. The Organization of African Unity presents a common front in the struggle to free and unite Africa and claim for her the international recognition, dignity, and respect which is Africa's due. Ghana and the Convention People's Party have never been forgiven by their enemies for their firm stand and the part they play in the African revolutionary struggle for emancipation and unity. Since independence, they have tried various stratagems to overthrow Ghana and make her subservient to their whims and caprices. Our firm policy of positive neutralism and non-alignment thwarts their plans and balks their policy of undermining us. In public education, public health, and social development, Ghana today is an example of success. Thanks to the workers, farmers, and peasants of Ghana, the standard of living in Ghana today is one of the highest in Africa. What we have achieved belongs to the people and not to a clique of self-seeking people or class. The people themselves know this. This unwarranted rebellion threatens to destroy all that the Ghanaian people hold dear to heart. This senseless rebellion threatens the achievement we have sweated for the past 15 restless years. By this rebellion, they have tried to set back what we have achieved. They have attacked Ghana and the African Revolution, but they cannot succeed. We will not allow them to succeed. These stooges and sycophants of neocolonialism may temporarily set back Ghana's progress, impede the African political movement for a time. They may destroy some of our work of patience, diligence, and sacrifice, but we will rebuild what they destroy. Our socialist gains and achievements can never be destroyed. It is only unfortunate that for Ghana, the various projects and factories which were started by my government have all been abandoned by this so-called National Liberation Council. The 7-year development plan has also been abandoned by this treacherous clique, whose members are too ignorant to realize that a planted seed takes time to germinate before sprouting into the glorious foliage that is visible to all. All the projects which would have benefited us in the future have been abandoned. Where does Ghana stand now? It means we stand on the verge of confusion and chaos.
I probably shouldn't be telling you this.
Happy morning shows. Happy 98.9 FM.
For Africa, the movement to liberate our oppressed brothers of Zimbabwe will be temporarily weakened, and our drive for African continental political unity slowed down. Countrymen, the actions of this clique of army and police renegades has put us one step backward, but we shall take 2 steps forward. Stand firm and have confidence in the Convention People's Party, and victory will be ours. We have beaten them before, and we shall beat them again. Fellow countrymen, say nothing if this or that country recognizes this rebellious clique. The recognition or non-recognition of this traitorous clique is irrelevant to the situation. The struggle is a revolutionary struggle. Remember that the struggle of Ghana and Africa has only reached a new phase, a stage of rebirth, out of which shall emerge a greater consciousness of the African personality and dignity. We must evolve new forms of revolutionary struggle to meet the new African situation. Countrymen, as I speak to you now, several ships that should have unloaded their cargoes of material and machinery meant for Ghana's industries and factories at Tema Harbor have all returned to their home bases because of the actions of these traitorous rebels. They were not allowed to unload these cargoes at Tema. I shall be with you sooner than our detractors expect, and we shall again take up the reins of our industrial development. I have been told of the diabolical acts of brutality, assassination, and barbarism which these murderous army and police rebels have been perpetrating against the people of Ghana. The number of defenseless men and women who have been beaten up, murdered, and maimed is simply heartbreaking. Misled soldiers and police broke into people's homes, heartlessly machine-gunned their occupants, only to come out not only with dead bodies, but carrying refrigerators, wireless sets, boxes and portmanteaus, and other personal belongings of their victims. Mothers are murdered in their own homes. With appalling barbarism, their children are snatched from their lifeless embrace and flung from third and second floor windows to crash dead on concrete pavements below. Countrymen, these are sad facts. These sad facts speak of hideous acts which one never thought could be perpetrated by any persons who call themselves Ghanaians. This lunatic fringe of the army and police, a relic of our colonial heritage, should not escape the blame and responsibility for these crimes. They will not go unpunished. Since the February 24th incident, crimes ranging from looting, maltreatment, torture, and massacre of defenseless citizens have become the order of the day in Accra and other regions of Ghana. This clique of rebels have suppressed all fundamental liberties which was ours under our constitution. They have forbidden the holding of meetings and rallies. People are not allowed to use their own wireless sets. Cabinet members, leading civil servants and public servants, responsible men in the Ghanaian society, able heads and directors of state corporations and state enterprises have all been thrown ignominiously into prison. The masses are tortured and humiliated. African freedom fighters in training at Accra and African political refugees have been shamelessly molested and heartlessly carted away at gunpoint to some bizarre fate at the hands of those from whom they sought to escape. These are sad facts facing Ghana now, and their perpetrators brazenly call themselves a National Liberation Council. What do these hirelings and murderers know about national liberation? Where were they when we were fighting to liberate the then Gold Coast from the clutches of the imperialist and colonialist exploiters? Countrymen, these villains were in the country at the time, but wherever and whenever they appeared, they traitorously backed the colonial oppressor with whom they have always had a common interest. Today, they clumsily lie that they are national liberators, and by force of arms, they stood to abolish the constitution established according to the will of the majority of the Ghanaian people. By force of arms, they seek to abolish the people's elected parliament. By force of arms, they seek to dissolve the people's chosen party, the Convention People's Party. Indeed, by force of arms, they seek to abolish or dissolve all forms of democracy in Ghana. than their own selfish interests. Interests which are based on the systematic forceful suppression of the Ghanaian masses. Such is the evil content of this murderous rebellion. They have surrounded you not only with guns and bayonets, but also with lies and calumny in an attempt to throw dust into your eyes and blind you to the true evil content of their treachery. But I know they cannot deceive you with the lies they have fabricated against me and my government, such as the nonsensical talk about the breaking down of Ghana's economy and the nonsense about Kwame Nkrumah's property. It is common knowledge, and the army and the police, rebels, know this, that Kwame Nkrumah has no personal property, and that all that he has belongs to the party and the state. This clique of army and police traitors have brazenly challenged the constitutional authority of the state and are attempting to destroy our socialist gains and achievements. There are no grounds whatsoever for this murderous rebellion. And now that they know they have misfired, they seek to fabricate lies to justify their treachery and employ torture and intimidation to force and coerce loyal citizens into submission. They make false statements and publish false news about innocent and loyal citizens whom they hold at the points of guns and bayonets. Ministers and important members of the community have been illegally thrown into prison, and they have even established committees of inquiry to aid them in their fabrications. However, no account of lies and calumny can justify their groundless and murderous actions or absolve them from the punishments which they deserve. Workers, farmers and peasants of Ghana, militant men and women of the Convention People's Party, Ghana youth in the cities, towns and villages, this is your time to march into double action. We must crush this clique of army and police gangsters who have thrown such dangerous spanners not only into the spokes of the wheels of Ghana's progress and development, but also into those of the African Revolution. More than ever before, the struggle for African emancipation must be intensified. We must overthrow these adventurous and self-seekers with all the means at our command. I shall be with you very soon, and we shall together carry on the revolutionary struggle to its successful conclusion with new spirit and reborn energy. Do not despair. We are not alone in this revolutionary struggle against the enemies of progress and freedom. Hundreds of letters, telegrams, and cablegrams condemning the rebellion reach me daily from nationalists and freedom fighters all over Africa and from progressive forces and movements all over the world. I know how you are suffering humiliation and torture in silence now, but I know that all of you, men and women and youth, are inwardly resisting, and at the clarion call, which will soon be sounded, you will rise up to fight and conquer this notorious clique of army and police traitors. I know your courage and determination, and I have no doubt that you will join hands in this new struggle to throw out of Ghana these shameless traitors of the nation. Countrymen, as I have been telling you, do not be deterred or frightened by the rifles and Tommy guns which these traitors intimidate you with. They know they are powerless before your united strength. If we could fight and defeat colonialism, how much less is the task of defeating a clique of army and police racketeers who have not got the full support of the whole army and police. This clique is only a section of the army and police who are using Tommy guns and rifles to intimidate and coerce and suppress you. Even among the murderous traitors themselves, there is division. Already, the conflict between the army rebels and the police traitors is obvious and deepens more and more as they attempt to share the booty and bribery they have gathered from their treachery. But for disastrous consequence to our economy, we would patiently wait for these ignorant rebels to be consumed in the heat of their own follies. If we choose to allow them to exist for some time, they will soon crack up by their own inability, stupidity, and mismanagement. But love of country demands that we crush them quickly before they play too much havoc with our dear Ghana and create confusion within the African Revolution. And so, countrymen, let all true Ghanaians remain firm and resistant. Let all loyal members of the army and police remain firm wherever they may be. I congratulate the Presidential Guard Regiment for their bold stand at Flagstaff House. Let them also stand firm. We will remember those who are dead. I know your patriotism, and I know that you will continue to fight for and safeguard the dignity, freedom, and honor which we owe to Ghana, Africa, and the world. Forward ever, backward never. There is
Yamfancha kesi emfama Ghana mani yamfancha kesi emfama abimai ene anope yamu achi emu akwa abamfamra happy morning show niso ene anope ene eye ejuada ebono bosumiri de tosu aduonu emienu senke nei no osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah tiase anka wadi emfie oha eni edunsia 116 years. And so nei wontiase na ene eye na woda idie na eyen kaesum ene eyo enano pay live on Happy 98.9 FM on the Happy Morning Show. Nti ya ninsem bia bribi atwamu wo kan ye ninsem bia na amanfo bi no mo eketia no a wodi enu ehu anu yi ede baaye ene abobi ede akere tiefo ne efo enano pay no na mebo eye de atwato ya ansa na meba bebo mu yayi ena meka se wutie ne no na wutie nsam a woka no na wonfa bi nsie wonfa bi nte asem no se de etie no anu aka ne trasa ena meka kire fati se kamia se yeni osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ena ni yi. I'm saying and I will say it again. Oh my Ghana yeni no ni ni yi bo hwe eye eniema di trimopo anu wo edemo man Ghana eni ni trimopo anu wo edemo bi man Ghana Abimai as I make my Ghana Ghana nyina no anyway the Ghana gateway to Africa. So we ni trimopo na ni so ade hunu anu wo edema o my Ghana ani abimai nyina no a kamia se emu fakro na enya de a wotimi ehwe yoye wono de ka ono nkwa na nka abimai nyina na nka ka abomu ba kwa no wo kan wo se yes ye betimi aka ye ho abom de Nemom ya mamre ni ya mane ahodo ya mamre ni ya mane ho akande ahodo a edidi djuma ewo eye bibima ahodo mu ono enya de obia ba beje afri mu nsamo Indiana wo United States of Africa nanka oko Uganda for flag oko Mozambique for flag Namibia for mo de Sahara for mo de obia woni de Nemom se ebeka ye ho abom ne hia na ya hwe se abibima nyina ye betimi adi ye ho dwa na ye hwe se yɛbɛtumi abɔmɔden ka yɛn ho abɔmu yɛate asra adɔm kɛseɛ sɛdeɛ bi yɛbɛtumi abɔ abima nyinaa ho ban na wɔbusa sɛ wɔnom a wɔmayɛ wɔn adwene sɛ wɔbɛtumi agyina kɔntenkorɛ no wan ɛna na saa brɛ no wɔwɔ ɛyɛ egyinasoɔ no anaasɛ ahoɔden bi sɛ wɔbɛtumi akɔntia wɔnom bɔ abima mu bɛdi yɛ soɔ no sɛ mpo yɛse ayɛ yɛ adwene sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛde yɛ ho a ɛdi nti ɛna nei yama ama ahodoɔ forɔ so ebi akwanya sɛ wɔn mmra emesi wɔn asra adɔm ɛwɔ yɛn man ahodoɔ so. And I believe say nsɛm ahodoɔ bebree no a wɔka yɛ no ɛne tirimupa no wɔwɔ ɛde ma ɔman Ghana no sɛdeɛ na wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ ne 7-year development plan ne de na so wɔpɛ sɛ wɔyɔ na ɔman Ghana etimi tu mpɔn ɛkɔ n'anim koduru mpɛmpɛnsoɔ bie na bɛhwɛ nneɛma sakyera yɛ na n'ani so ade hunu ne nyinaa no yɛato atwene yɛmfa ne dwuma bio enti ɛne nkama ebusa wo sɛ yɛmfa ne sɛ ɔsagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah tena asia ebu ɔman yi so a bɛpem ɛyɛ saa bere yi a wodi wani toto a anaa wode yɛmfa ne sɛ odi bɛmfie bɛ aduwɔtwe kora na ogya yɛ a wodi wani toto a nanka nkɛhefa ne yɛbɛgyina yɛn compare no to Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore a wɔno nso hwɛ yɛ a sɛ obɛtumi ama ne ma no gyina yie ansa na wɔbɛgya mu de ama obi foforɔ a wɔgya de ama no it's yɛmfa no sɛ His Excellency the first Prime Minister, the first President of the Republic of Ghana, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, one of the foremost Pan-Africanists, one of the foremost patriot yɛka obi a ɔdɔ ɔman no a wontumi enyinu emfiri mu, one of the foremost nationalists a yɛka wɔn a wɔtumi ɛbrɛ mogya anie ɛgye fa ahodie ɛde si hɔ ɛde ma yɛn a wontumi enyinu emfiri mu ɔno ɛna na ɔpɛ sɛ ɔka bima bɔ mu sɛ nka wɔgusoa ɛwɔ hɔ a wogyiri sɛ n'ani so ɔde hunu ne ne tiri mu pɔ a no wɔwɔ ɛde ma ɔman Ghana ɛne abibiman no nka saa bere nka ne nyinaa tumi aba mu ana it's a question for the gods. It's a question for the gods. But ɛnɛ yɛne mpanyimfoɔ mu nim de ɛwɔ ɛyɛ abrabɔ a ɔsagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah bɛbɔɔyɛ ɛno mu no yɛne mpanyimfoɔ no bi bɛdi nkɔmmɔ na anɔpa yi saa nso ɛna yɛne ne party mpanyimfoɔ no bi party a ɔteyɛ mekyerɛ the Convention People's Party yɛne emu mpanyimfoɔ no bi nso ɛbɛdi nkɔmmɔ ɛna anɔpa yi live on the show this morning na wɔn nso wɔnya akwanya aba dwumadie ni so wotiri mu pɔ wadwenkyerɛ na nsɛm a yɛbusa ɛnɛ yi ɛde fa ɔsagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ho no wɔn nso bɛtumi ɛde wodeɛ ɛde aba bɛto dwa live on the show this morning ɛnɛ ɛnyɛ gidigidi biara nti ɛyɛ bɔkɔɔ saa sɛ yɛ na maame nka wo sɛ nnɛ yi no sɛ wokɔ akɔpie mu ɛwɔ Silver Star Tower ɛna anɔpa yi no a ɛyɛ ade a the 15th edition of the GMA Japan Motors Corporate Run and Walk no egyina mu de ne ai bɛhwɛ sɛ ebitumi agye ɛyɛ nkyeremu kakra ɛde afiri sɛ deɛ nneɛma ɛkorɔ ɛwɔ Silver Star Tower ɛyɛ emirikatuo ɛne ɛyɛ nante a ɛyɛ nanteɛ ɛnɛ ɛyɛ afofida enti afofida Kwame Nkrumah woda afofida no ɛno ɛna Global Media Alliance ɛne Japan Motors emfie dunum nie sɛ deɛ danda nyina yɛ no yɛka bomu a yɛpa apomodene yɛka ho bomu yɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ nkita ho na yɛsan gye yɛnie ɛwɔ ɛyɛ kwampa so mamenka o sɛ deɛ danda nyina na mebɔ ho da rodi akyerɛ wo no sika ebenya firi mu nyina no mu ɔham nkyekyɛ mu aduonu num yɛde kɔ ɛde akɔ akoma Ghana Blind Union enti saa ɛna yɛbɛhwɛ ne ayɔ sɛ deɛ ɛbɛyɛ a baabi a wɔn ehia ɛmoa no da ne da nyina yɛn nso betumi akɔ wɔn mmoa enti ɛna ekɔpie mu hɔ deɛ a ɛsɛ wɔn yɛn sɛ ɔka kyerɛ nyasɛm ketewa ɛna ɛkɔ so ɛhɔ no na ɛna anɔpɛ deɛ mene yɛwura papa fa atehyɛ abuali atena se yɛka sɛ yɛbɛkɔ bi deɛ ɛnso yɛntumi ankɔ bi ɛsiane sɛ adwuma no dɔɔso enti ɛneɛ yɛnyɛ gyina mu ha enti mo a moturo no nyinaa no mo a motu mmirika no nyinaa no ɛyɛ ayi fans near the mamma fans. Elbow more dear Budini. Always we Budini. I can one more Mujana and then Happy 98.9 FM. Any a PMI, any YTV, any movie Mudini. Minim say a idea, a dear new creature, we see Genome Holding. Pa. Oh, we pay wood. Some back and abo. Eddie upon so when I pay. Rapper for the Chaboli. What can I say? Nano pay. A new best has some crack. Yes, the same as a trends in the battery cry.
Yes, it's him.
I tell you, Quaba. What's the na boko dear. Aside for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah now that and you didn't crack no. Medium me said they would see and Uti and Nina Uzana was Ogas Emzamini any or Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in any year. Crack. But as Mammy Busa, a year T4, any of your 4 or more Ajimbre 80 Fay. Nubian Busa war. Say, Udwani Bubu, now you said your chassis. Fanny say, I fear my hand croon at your number, Kunwa, Babasim, a year cuckoo. I fear him a hand croon at your sense and Fibra so many. You two na dear sona. Now of the infant say, Enka, yen to na dear so. Na Oguswa et ho, and a wood in the Juma. And guy for a gun of Bukakudru. Sabri, Cajun Hefa. Kewo second class and as or first class. Developed country and as still underdeveloped country. And no a big question, no pay. Maybe sir. But I na any one more woman abakosem. Omoti abakosmas here. You be doing come live on the show this morning and I pay. Fatty?
Sefah-Danquah, what's up?
Said the any day. I said, yeah, na ye. I made them chroma na me drain ho. Sisi I am chroma than a daka mo. Na say would neni share or none of daka mumpo. What the agents any faso. And sisi I or tea agents any faso. Na so would neni share the course or hanua. Would you listen anybody?
I don't think then anybody Sefah. Number one, I want to believe so we feel betrayed first. And then ebe say plans are na or Emagana no. It died with him. Let me put it that way. Or it didn't die. The plans left with him. Ewa bra omo etu na dear so. Because he say odifrimu. Now, what is most disturbing? And he say, these plans are not plans, sir. Yebeka say ne ewoni trim keke. I know say plans no egu nkrata so. A ofa ubehu say na opese bia oyese within this period, within that. And we have not been able to apply sa plans no till ene ayeti heya enra you commemorate ni. And we doing one now I can say it is different. So obi aka say one kasa no share your vision with us. Tell us your plans. Tell us how you are going to execute them. And obi aya plan ato ho. Ebikra with how the execution is going to go cracker home. And then you cannot apply sa plans no. Problem. Baby, I can say, oh, yeah, Founders Day, oh, yeah, Founders Day, oh, yeah, celebrating Nkrumah birthday, oh, yeah, celebrating Nkrumah overthrow, oh, then, oh. Then, na ye. What's my say?
Yeah.
And I can say, oh, next year, Ebia Nkrumah can say, obesi a new town. Obe building a new town. As tenya omoye temano. Nti be obe building a new town wa eho no. Ye be say wo ho, ye be say wo, ye be say bia na wakọ oboase. O see Yakusi Gold City.
Yeah.
Into this, they be very fine. Gold wo ho would have jewelry, shops or it will be like a tourist site. Oba Ghana now open authentic gold jewelry, open authentic, you know, and near my do gold that yeah, say yeah chancing, say yeah then a necklace, a yam pabwa you do gold that whatever. Oko boasia ubenyebi. Enti amount for ne eba omo meka akra ha. Omo ko boase street. Ediska ko gu ho. Ema ye dia ya de. Enti ye kan say oh by next year Nkrumah birthday or by next year Founders Day or by the next 5 years ye commemorate Nkrumah ade a ye dey commemorate any. Me say ya ebi. And I'm not talking about fanfare things. I'm not talking about fanfare things. I am talking about tangibles. Yeah. Ubehu said, this is what we have been able to do in Nkrumah's name in 5 years, in 2 years, in 10 years. What is it? Ewehi?
I think it's an interesting corner that you've started conversation with. And so it shouldn't just be about fanfare. Say Abia. Yakase ene Nkrumah awodane ni nyina yakwa kohyia mu no yakasa kasa ne yaja ho ne yakonemu ye na ne suadi hu no wode ma man Ghana no de kamye se yen hyeda enko ho yenko ahoma ne so na ye ne owura eye dako ankra wono de eba no abako esemu a ewo man Ghana mu a obi ene wo kyene no me ye ne ntwetwe nkomo kakra na asema me edi kan busa no ojankra mama wache mu akwa ban from Happy Morning Show so na no pay na mijiri sa pombo ko de
ani
ye do ba de ase minim se wunimre na asema medical busa ene se wo hwe eye abakose mu na wo hwe eye senia yeyi osaje fu Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ade so ne suade hunu na owo edema o man Ghana me de asem ba kwa me kan se ye ni na ni yie ana de me kan no enim sa
nya o kan yegum say we sha na che say bra wa gbon sumbu ma o man nkankan ya oyeye ema o man no ewe ye fa hodie mu say onu tu franka ema amayu kwa ife ne CPP edikan na nkasa kwa no we UGCC mu no kwanya ofaso pese nka ye didi fa hodie mu na o show UGCC dia na chese o mo keka ewufom wofum ne say no mo conservative no so you be an di oda ho prepare agbofom ye kan say radical into so we should approach na no chese odidi say fa hodie o man ni benyanu so mbusi adi nyina into kan ogbofum say seek ye first the kingdom political
Empacho mmesa mfre eye ura da kwankra mame na emse na homa no article na yere ni ntoa enkwodwetwe so live on the show this morning mame nka say onso wadwenkyere betimi ade aba and I mean that's my position my position no maybe some historians some political analysts or political actors may disagree with me but that's my point because if you critically look at the way of course we mentioned his name yebuni dini dan den nyina and on the G AFA Hudi Edmayen, and you realize that he was not just about Fahudi, Fahudi Nkwa. Yes, of course, we had political independence. Say bit me a dear whoso. Name when it came to the economic independence, say no, you bet me a manager affairs. Say ye bet ye bit Diane, na ye bit me. Anya yemfidie ahodo na yedi juma ewo mamu yebit orada kwankra bacho to asma wadarma
isi bacho gidi
na wo ka se ye hwe eye ne dwumadie ne nani suade hunu na esi nani suo no ene nia na wo pese oye no na wantumi anye ene besi sa brei you look as if you are not recognizing eye properly ne dwumadie awudi ye no na chese meka se ye ne nani yie no yabam
I request you wish you may be and city to the same day. If you be now, my you I try so Mubaya, Lina, extra say, let us say, you may be another Odino. Like no password. We should be to say industrialization. Or you'll be a man who say, yeah. Juma year factories ni Juma o say baby mo dan ni be bia nya bi o di ahoto beba no o ya dia o start ya nya onu di ko pimi ye no be fin de o ba peli bia nu aba etu bi edu be bia odu ye no factories o sisi ye e ka ko ya o ye schools o de ba ye ntamanyamani nyina no de ba ye wo sha and then go for outside is expanding. We should free education. So on static a cry will be but when you know and now to buy your better. Let's just say so the now to abundance on free education. Let's just say young Kuma and not all chiasso, what you could see young all chiasso. We have industry, land street one factory now. Nigina is in line with Nkrumah's idea of industrialization for this we should be able to say education at the university level. The Nkrumah started so you only run is to say you be about your tertiary level. No, on also here, also school, polytechnic, the education universities, you know, I just said, Nkrumah is asking, and then no quite swan. We share politics of Ghana beyond age. A young Nkrumah idea of self-reliance, and Nkrumah edition says, Uncle Bolivia Busia, answer the Juma, and Obibina ever rely on himself, a free African personality, and there diaspora discourses are, just say, diaspora best, are buying me. Nina just said, Nkrumah, and I know quite swallow. Into say, Obika said, or say anything. And for us, we are NDP, and for us, we are CPP, and for us, we are party. No, and I will say, among your 70, who can send you a group of Nkrumah who fear, but the other day, name of clients, or so we get evidence on the ground. Nina Ejimo, along with Jesse Nkrumah, Lord, Jesus Christ, I just hope we be ending of all. So, yeah, or you need that. And you almost have one full. And you have to be done in full. So, I can't, or yeah, can say, you need at the
Now, Usha, Naniswa Dihuna, Edina Niso, just like you have mentioned. Now, also, I say, a idea was share a year, a buyer who do about after no Pinuano. Model or more approach to development after a year near or side of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, then it means that most of the government are a free sabre no sabre wino have not been innovative enough to come up with ideas a bit to me a bomb, and even with the ideas of Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, how is it that we are not able to fully implement some of these ideas?
Kind times now you will account. We shall cover time to the sea, Dana. And you only be for economy now. You see money of agrarian sector, for a year, effort to say digitization about technology. Child, and then another woman is the washer and then wouldn't be the agrarian program ever change. Now, so I'm not just say, I think you can because services sector, any technology alone, to it can understand when the industrialization has reached its limit. This industrialization has been although go home to 1 year, when you want to be lazy, want to be too fine. The first services sector will end to be about industrialization, and industrialization, also, any year to be a fiber optics, you have to say the technology. And then AI now, there will AI factory. Who generated Yama? I'm looking for system industrialization is very critical to our national development. It's being a channel, and no system, but how to integrate industry to education. Another area problem, saying that I don't know. I can quite many other first one into the symbol and was school about industrialization ideas. Woman to me at the back and find the book about a year. And also, book of Shadia, young by any said, politics of one of who said, only a prayer to me at the above. And I end up on any problem like Intendano, you're training for la, young to say, na bibi etie and say o ma ka so bi o ma dwe and o bu sa ebe ye dwumaden na ama o man no and everybody is now moving towards eating way out and they say why am I not say who be ga akasa why am I say who be that is here why am I say it's our idea of hard work in industrialization. Our idea of technology, only technology was Australia, and we are the political party. I'm a really election, and I argue, and yes, to create jobs. If you have a young game like that, the idea was any football, ever on my video. You are totally now. Online is we need a national agenda. Agenda, right? Let me just say yes, yes, I didn't put it. If you are not your I want your putting that. We to me and then to me, I
We need a national agenda. And if you're to go back into history, apart from Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, I know when it's doing or breaking it down into 7-year development plans, you know, have we had governments come up with a national agenda that have been bought into by a year every single individual? And I say people of voting age. If not, how do we go about having a national agenda in our current dispensation?
The national agenda now. Our Samaya Polina, any other so NDP, any party can you give me a drop and say, politics of winner takes all, and what will be in the next food, playing far and the Shaya, and yet we are BPO, and yet we are NDCO, not a woman, you know, bar, Adiano, and the baby is our policy. No, they understand, and it is a to me at the agenda. But we are national policy, and for we are conservative, and now we are. Labour Party and then when we agenda of Apunano, we name both slight differences to be in the movement. But in the say, among the US, Republican, Democrat, the national agenda, that agenda be to tell on immigration, agenda be to tell international relations, on education, but the developmental tragedy now, you have that who to be as a country to be another. One of the government to be a push before time, the national economic silo. Yes, I is a people. Now, so in particular, Domahama said, and also by a first one, when we get to accord, or lose your possession, we put your party to be those are now, and for Siaga. It was said in Grossman, or some man from whom say, I'm not going to hear you. And you say, anything, you are not in the book for the DB. Everything, you are not in the book for the DB. Your politics are young. They are going politics 4 years, every 4 years. It is our time to chop. Our say, as a person, here we say it is not our time to chop for political party, but for every Ghanaian. As many of them are making a quote of my person. Or see the ultimate aim of government. Is the happiness of the people. And see, I'm not going to need them. I'm a to me, I come and show you. From a person told me, if you just say, if you do I'm not your follow.
Two questions I didn't question about you because the name in himself was so question number one, maybe, sir, and it's a look. Is it that one we have lost yet the sense of nationalism, any patriotism? Anything I said the Uchiremono say obi pese oye or pese odun koko say eye amanyumu ewo memu. What are the lessons we can learn from Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah? Na hunya obesi na hofama no wo edimo man Ghana. What are the lessons for politicians to learn from?
Now, when we say in the first, we are Palano, I'm a new age in the about even after 1980 and early 1990s, you know, Ghana for Boboa, then the Libya of the Ghana flag, and now say, then now you're going to cook here to the different only chanting or say Black Star. When the Malay of Ghana National Anthem, nanti ubegyina ho na wudi no sa ato akoko na tese wusu wusie the pledge ni bi sa na ye no man bo na tese nationalism oh and they ya go ga na national day hey obi say hey mo ko be done in student problem with them who be at the nationality level ni na ni say am I your no day me kumidi in eba o man ni obi anji obi aho ya ko ina ye sikedie tendi o man ni kuto nko so ba o ke to me say e mu so so bi abo o man ni it's a problem I get what nationalism no issue you betumi decide na ba o so man ye ko bia ina join it among ye ko ba ko entimi da because no kwa ye so o ye afoni na o so be ade ebo on the go for to make sure we different it's side ye be ye if you am your ko na we di o man ni mo we no make to be this ade na ayesa ya be bia ye to we dey ya na ade to back to the other.
All right, Dada Kwankra. Se ka enkroma tiase se ya sabria ye ni odi nkomo ya wujiri se enka na assessment of ye baby aga na kodru no enka be de he. That's question number 1. Double barrel na me ma na no pay ebio senka owo ho se si anaso gusu tenase ekopembre odi be mfie aduoson anaza aduoson numa ansa na o jai amamu no de ato ama eye obi fufra asamba befa enkoma Ghana baby ejina no enka ye hefa wadaroma
Pusha a little bit to me that what said this is about not all yes, that changes the government plan. And it's out of the year, and go back to the man of the now, who never said, who look at this? It's a cool follow that they say. Now, a year, and for you, the never found with them, and you also show for you. Now, what's the national development? This is the one of the Sana, and then come out, the guy will be here in China. So, yeah, I'm out of the and God is so bad.
Orada Kwankra mama no ase na no pay so je pini na no twetwe nkom nim se waso achi pa Orada Kwankra eye eba na bakose mu e wo man Ghana mu a ayade a wabobbe e wo mu ye pa na otese na no twetwe nkom live on Happy 98.9 FM unso adwentro betimi dia ba ko Facebook a eye at Happy 989 FM at Happy 989 FM ayade a eye nkom na yedi hu ensema yedi hu nkom no so betimi dia adwentre e de ma hunu se eye Ghana fo bi no mu abawuram ho a enei bebrenu ano e kyero ma adwene ho ma menka wo se unso betimi anya akonya ebititifo homa no e de tumu a obenya akonya no afre na wa kyere wa adwene e wo dwumade ni so ene anopa ujiri se ene osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah yene no edini yie anase yene no edini yie Europa papa fatisha abuali e de nkomo no ekofa ba bia ehu hia pa senka obi a obo no homoden sa e de ma man Ghana senka ye nkai so ma na se nkai ade bi e de ama no a eye ni tirimopo enne ni suade hu na owo e de ma man Ghana no enu na nka wo se etimi hwe na yetimi edi hu dwuma na se o ka eye na ni suade hu no ene eye ni tirimopo a na owo e de ma eye o man Ghana ene bi mind dia na do so yi pa obroni be ka se the kind of ideals that he embodied, the kind of ideals or Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah embodied. Meaning say the do no mutie me na no pay no idea ya tinsem ni bia but ebi wo hwa na ye tie no em say yan said the antini one day e ka wono nko a nanka obroni beka what we mean by self-reliance no any economic nationalism. Now self-reliance stress wa odo aduane abedie wa na oyo aduane obedie wa na oyo, and that was another pillar of a year ni 7-year development plan na agricultural mechanization edimuntintimai pa say betimi aboa ama o man aduane ho enkwa atwe e wo man mu. So we're looking at say utie one of the voices am boy no was say there were plans advanced nanka the Accra plains no yede eba baye emfu ahodo a enke betimi enya anuane ahodo de afri mu no nke nei yenkokra aduane bi emfa free baabi na yemfa ma ɛyɛ ɔman no mu. So obviously there could have been surplus a ebetumi a supply industries ahodoɔ no ayɛ n'adwene sɛ wɔba besie ɛwɔ ɔman mu sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ebetumi ayɛ nneɛma no bi ne yɛde bi akɔ amɔnɔne na ɛkɔ akɔtɔn na yɛtumi anya ɛyɛ ɛho ɛmfasoɔ ɛde aba ɛyɛ ɔman no mu. Nti self-reliance was number 1 ɛwɔ ɛyɛ ne priority list ne so. Sɛ yɛn bɛdi yɛn ho so mfidi nnwuma ahodoɔ a na ɛkɔ soɔ no yɛn bɛtumi ayɔ bi yɛ radio yɛ cars ne deɛ ɛkɛka ho television set glass ne deɛ ɛkɛka ho nyinaa yɛn bɛtumi ayɔ bi yɛn kɔkora mfra ma no ne ɛmfa ma ɛyɛ ɔman no mu. And his level and as a degree of belief in the expertise of the Ghanaian no na wasoro yie paa ɛwɔ yie pa because ohwɛ saa brɛ no cars ane yɛ assemble wɔ ha ne yɛn nkɔfo obi mfra ma no ne ma yɛ assembly ne mfama yɛ Ghanafoɔ no an yɛ Ghanafoɔ yɛn no mu a ɛne saa brɛ akasa no ma mekae paa me na ɛyɛ akwasi akɔm na those times wobɛkɔ no hɔ sɛ saa ɛyɛ yiwe no ɛyɛ ɔno otu kwan ɛbɛsi nkɔ yɛ Kumase saa brɛ ansa na onya ɛyɛ akasa no ma ne bi atɔ na ɔde aba fie nti ɛyɛ ade a na ɛda na koma so yie paa sɛ ɔman no nneɛma ahodoɔ bi a yɛn bɛtumi ayɔ no yɛnyɔ wɔno deɛ wɔse wɔne afoforɔ ɛbɛdi nkitaho ne afoforɔ ɛbɛdi nsawɔsoɔ wɔne ama ahodoɔ ɛbɛdi nsawɔsoɔ de na mmom ne nsawɔsodie no ɔnkɔkɔgyina ɛyɛ afawei anaasɛ ɔnkɔkɔgyina afawei ɛne ɔno no ɔkɔ n'anim saa nti ɛneɛ wobɛsɛ baabi a ne interest kakra bɛwɔ at a point in time no na wahwɛ na wakasa de afa ne interest ho na wɔkɔ n'anim saa onyanya na nka yenye ɛyɛ centralized government anaasɛ one party state ɛno ɛna dodoɔ no ano anhyɛ da antenaseɛ sɛ ɛyɛ adwene sɛ ɛyɛ kabi ɛma menka bi ama mu dodoɔ adwene toatoa ɛma mu deɛ nyina yɛagye ato mu ne yɛdidi dwumadeɛ a ɛne ɛwontumi mfa mmara foforɔ ma ɛmfa mɛkyerɛ Ghanafoɔ sɛ sesia no yɛma ɛyɛ party baako ɛne ɛni ɔman no soɔ ɛne ɛda bi da ɛno ɛka ho bi na wobɛkae brɛ ɛsɛ waka abakɔsɛm kakra wobɛkae brɛ ɔsagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah wɔfiri soɔ no a wɔn mu a National Liberation Movement a wɔn eyi ne firi adeɛ soɔ no kyerɛ mu a ɔman no na nneɛma nkɔ yie ne deɛ kɛkɛka wɔn keka nsɛm pii ɛno ɛna wotie ɛne no a mebɔɔyɛ no a ɔsagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah kyerɛ mu sɛ wɔn mu a na wɔn kasa nsɛm no nyinaa no na wɔn nim deɛ wɔn ka ɛsiane sɛ wohwɛ nea wɔyɛɛyɛ a ɛbɛpem nɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛdi so mfasoɔ akɔsɔ mbo dam sɛ gusu di mfasoɔ tɛmamoto wɔ si gusu di mfasoɔ so mfasoɔ nneɛma ahodoɔ bibira ɔsagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ɛyɔɔyɛ yɛgu so a yɛdi ɛho mfasoɔ. So his vision transcended way beyond his time, because enemoto we say nansia na ya adwene say pese yi ni ohwe the community of Tema our building. I am not pretty sure say apart from Tema no, any government bia has been able to build another community similar and also close to Tema. I am not sure. No government. No government. And what me I said, no. Over industries are hold draw or boamane buy a bedru bribra, a tunton be a debi a dane and sorry ne de keka. No government. No government since 1966. Our Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Africa. Any bit me did not compare the foundation that he laid for Ghana's education. No government. No government. I know some people will come and argue with me. I'm saying that no, the foundations that Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah laid for education, no government. No government. Eti oshe enema wo ye na oshe the way as or mind you treaty nensem kamia ise binuma adwene yo mo say we ye ne boa ye ne say ye say yes kura say no way we supporters mboa. The supporters need disciples, but they ye can one more womo eboa e nyamesum esi pia hwan ye nka Jesus Christ. Okay, we may have supporters. We may have people who probably may be in the background or more boy, but when people know you, the name said me de me who see ho aboa a propagate self-reliance, self-governance now. Osage of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. But in your view, why do you know? Unsusu ye mu no. Would you say any Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah? As of my Ghana, yeni no edini ye. And I say yeni no inni ni ye. Meju ye wadwenkyerɛ enti bia de mesrɛ wa dwunensɛm no ho yie na oba yetumi aka ne yie na yentwe ye ho sima emra wo ho yentwe ye ho sima mra na yemfa nkomo na aka no emfa ntoa so meba mekɔ back to fati ho because baby o sha ase nkomo no edi free yansa na ni owura da ko ankra edi nkomo no ehu hia pa se emie entina ho nka se afi bia no yebedina woda ewo bra yenya bibi emfa nche na nimunyam anase ne tirimu pa wo no ne nhihye ya wo ye edito ho eno no emu ba kompo afi bia ne fancy eni so se ne 7-year development plan no niema wo ye wo wantimi anye wo mu no edi besi eni so se betimi asankra mu kakra sankra mu a na yayo ede ahye eye ne din enimunyam eno no kwambe ne befa so ebeyo. It's another question. The conversation continues live on Happy 98.9 FM. Happy morning show. And our Suguso Utien and holidays edition or Sajafo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Now what that dear no. Any dear bro. 22nd of September 2025. But my main was and a net a year or Sajafo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Now what that.
The morning show that brightens your morning with exciting news, great music, great talk, and incisive discussions. This is the Happy Morning Show, Mondays to Fridays on Happy 98.9 FM.
For all the news updates, trending topics, good music, and unbiased analysis of various issues, listen to the Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM. We are your morning companion.
Hey, Kofi, let me a country man. About the Dano year. I brought you just 1,000 Ghana cedis. Me a 1 year.
Uyo bio yinkonya.
Wait, see. Me a Happy FM Valentine Mass Wedding 2026.
Sa dwumadie no a ye hoahoa wo se oye odehye niema koda awogye kese na ye san ema manfo di wakire se de oye celebrity no.
Wetwa, be fie duonini, ane de aka odo ho asema. Ka warifo bebrabom.
Sesi anu de me mpra no miensa no ba.
Debi Kofi. Oba baako, bema baako, odo baako.
Happy FM Valentine Mass Wedding. Well love meet affordability. Our warrior on another level. Don't know.
Before registration forms, ewo Happy FM asalam down.
So person so yasene a, obetimi afrete for home 0244 906 235 and I say 0302 254 858. Mamen kai wo sen hye kakra wo.
Welcome to Monday Morning.
For all the news updates, trending topics, good music, and unbiased analysis of various issues, listen to the Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM. We are your morning companion.
The morning show that brightens your morning with exciting news, great music, great talk, and incisive discussions. This is the Happy Morning Show, Mondays to Fridays on Happy 98.9 FM.
Enti tia mamenka o se dem di kan no no e yade a ye di nkomo nyina no wo se ye kɔ party a na osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah omai mampanyini a odi ekan no na wodon wono a na yekofa baya wakofa ebaye ena no pɛ ye ne mpanyimfo a wo mu no ebedi enkomo enra na ye na woda a na ye di ehu afofida e wo man Ghana mu no e de ensenkan no wo ka e de kire ye Ghana fo nyina live on Happy 98.9 FM. Yen kwa homane so na yen hyase na ye ne Owura Osei Kofi entwetwe enkomo Owura Osei Kofi eye mabunu edom anoboaboafo edema Convention People's Party amanyokuo no eja anapai ma mema wache na mema wakwa abanfarmra Happy Morning Show so na mejiri sa pombo ko de
na ko fon ya famu de aka de o mine so be de abo ne manfo na obi amato
na ye kano de o mine no ede be ye ede abo ne manfo de a na ne ye mu komponko ye chie na ye nhyase eni enkomo emfamfa wo manyi mampanyini a odi kan wono na yekofa ba ode Convention People's Party ebaye osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah enra ene ne ye na woda ene omamu ni nyina no yagye atumu se yedi na woda no ho afofida saa dai ba mo a aya na wo CPP mu aya na mo gene sen madam
na mention na chief amuti happy efe na me fa kwan we so na me mo CPP fo a omaba muye na sadie Christopher wojidie e wo Yesu mu enya muslimu fo wojidie e wo Prophet Muhammad mu CPP fo so e wo jidie e wo osaje fu mu a eno nti yeguso ekura ene so ade hunu de trimo po ne dan odo ne man ene su ehunu a o tere ya ife no Nkrumah ize eno ne se ye de nyansa nimdia ene plan etu bia wo se ye o ma we CPP for enyina abaso so o maba muye no moda so ekuta omugidi eni fi wo so a etia Ghana ni bia MPP ni NDC afono no na fe ope party papa bi a wo di se sa party no ana ebetimi akekere Ghana na ma Ghana di ye sedie na in 1958 59 ba 1965 na Ghana di jina brane na Ghana etutu ye nyoma ye na agrofo ene adimam hadie na isia Ghana etwa pusio sankofo ni nyina no ikache mo se ebre du se ubejai MPP NDC wo muso di ehama no jaka se CPP office bi e ben wo se wo region se wo police station se electoral area sheshata office no na kono ko tire udin efi se eye woman eye o man Ghana no na afedie se wo so wasere eye o man Ghana afedie se ohwewo eye o man Ghana afedie se wo onim die ene wa ho ode a wo no ohunu kwan a obefa so apebia ma oye no onya ho mfaso abibia ni so muni za de na ma onim chema bia unye ye onim ono abu bia sabi unya adwuma enye saa na titire o man ye no bebre no atututu akwan enye saa na man bi se ye no nti ja MPP nye ndi se tiri die so se afno ode a na hwe CPP office na fa edom maka me se awie no ye CPP before ye the democracy di ye ni democracy so se democracy wo ho democracy wo ho democracy ne se oji tum se o man titire ne titire nti obi no party no kura na so ya ade na se ya oji tum se nipa dia wa ye die oji di se eye ade democracy ana democracy ne se bene ne nya adwinti no se ye pra nya ye de bia na otiem te de bia obehu bia na obade kona kutia ana se o se no ade a negative na democracy na ɛnsan sɛ yɛde democracy ebie nti no amemmɔ ɔmanpanyin John Dramani Mahama aba so a mebɔ no sɛ ɛnɛ a yɛafo fida yi ɛntamfoɔ ba no mu twam Founders Day no mu twam kana sɛ de sipiɛ na ɛnɛ wura John Dramani Mahama asɛ ama yɛde Founders Day no aba abasobɔdeɛ nti a anaasɛ de nti a mebɔ n'aba so no sɛ wiaseɛ mu afa na nyinaa no yɛwɔ ɔman biara agya anaasɛ nkurɔfoɔ a wɔde wɔn ho si hɔ ɛgye fa ahodie ɛgye ahofa ahotɔ ɛde ma wɔn man na woba Ghana hanom a nnipa a otu saa anamɔ no a Ghanafoɔ ne wiase nyinaa gye no ato mu ɛyɛ ɔsagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ɛno nti na yɛn CPP-foɔ yɛdi yaw sɛ Kwame Nkrumah yi na wɔyɛ de bibi papa bi wɔ aburukyire ɔbɔ no doctor ɛna mo UGC-foɔ baa sɛ mate kuro na mohunu kwan bɛfa so a mode bɛgye fa hodie nti ɔnyɛ biribiara no mmra moka sɛ wobɛtua ne ka 25 pounds ɛwi atie no na moma ne bɛyɛ 10 pounds mase deɛ aka gu ɛnyɛ no nko a ɔbaa na adwuma no a mo so ɔmɛyɛ no ɔyɛ nso so a afei de dankwa kɔka kyerɛ aborɔfo wɔ abra riot ne baayɛ sɛ ɔmo deɛ nkɔmɔ mpɛ basabasa Kwame Nkrumah na ofura aburukyire aba nti n'ani hyehyɛ na wakɔfa Russiafoɔ ne deɛ ɔyɛ Soviet ɔyɛ communist ɔyɛ Soviet nti Kwame Nkrumah ne yɛn nkye no na wi atie de Kwame Nkrumah kɔtu prison ne gyi ne fia ne da kɔ akɔto afei wi atie ne dika no personal ngata yɛpɛ no wate no arahusɛm Kwame Nkrumah mpa ba ɔne ne mu a kɔpem sɛ ɛmabu no adi n'atini kaa sɛ wone bibi UGC-foɔ no mu mpɛ yie ɔmo a de bɛdaadaa sɛ brada bɛboae na yɛnye fa wodi but ɔmo mpɛ yie nsaa de ate ho ɛma Kwame Nkrumah kɔte CPP na eventually ɔde CPP no ɛnante yɛ akɔpem sɛ nya fa wodi enti na Kwame Nkrumah yɛtwe na boɔ so a yɛnyina yɛ mɛha yɛ nti sɛ sɛbi deɛ wapotɔ ama no afe no wɔntiri sɛ wɔde bɔ mu nti Kwame Nkrumah gye fa wodi hwee sɛ bɛbɔ ne din sɛ ɔno na tetere Ghana modern day Ghana ɔna tetere yɛ ɔna bidios sɛ deɛ tene biara ni ho na ne bibi hwɛ ɔman biara no ho nneɛma a ɛma ɔman ɛda nso ɛdi mu ɛyɛ deɛ di kan ɔman no di mu ɛtɔ so bio ɔman no asɛn so deɛ te sɛ ne frankaa ɛnwom a yɛto a ɛka ɔman no bom ana afei nso so mmerɛ a ɛwɔ sɛ obiara di soɔ sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛnya basabasa yɛ ɔman no meka kyerɛ opiri sɛ until 6th of March 1957 na ɔman biara ni wɔ wiase a ɛfɛ no Ghana ɛyɛ 6th of March 1957 ana Kwame Nkrumah ɛgyina all programs ɛdi twɛ sɛ ɔman no ɛfɛ no Gold Coast no yɛmfɛ no saa Gold Coast no bio ɛsɛ no yɛbɛfɛ no Ghana owie no so no ɔman asɛ so deɛ asɛnteɛ no sɛ that time no the Commonwealth of Nations frankaa na British flag no ana fly Ghana any other British colonies no yɛyɛ yusu bio yɛbɛ yusu Ghana frankaa but Ghana frankaa no sɛ wonim ɔho bɔbɔ mientie
red yellow
they yɛka twi wo so the red and yellow na mu but wode fati yɛka the twi no bia antia sɛ Ghana ni bia antia sɛ kofi dai
kɔkɔɔ
wo ma mintie
kɔkɔɔ akokɔ sradeɛ
very good
ɛna ebunu
dabi ahabanmono
sɛ nnoa ne bunu no
yo me deɛ baabi amfiri no yɛka na ahabanmono
nti ebunu green
okay ebunu ana ahabanmono
anaasɛ ahabanmono na yɛde nsoroma tuntum ɛde ato ɛyɛ akokɔ sradeɛ no mu
very good meni a bɛbɔ abaso ayɛ adeɛ wonnim wo man nti Kwame Nkrumah de saa nsɛsika asɛnso yi ɛde ma ayɛ sɛ ɛfiri na akura yi so bia hu saa frankaa no a ɛtrɛ ɔman a sɛsɛ no ade ne ho ɛwɔ asɛnsodeɛ na ɛboa ama adasa nkanka na bibiman hunu sɛ sɛde almost a nipa. They don't be a baby. On so much to know that Ghana, Frank Animal. Not a chair, Bibinia or shrine. I'm a dressing now, sir. Sabe, Bibinia see a nipa. If you be dear, a baby. If it's a baby, do you know many? The lady Bibinia and say, the little fool, there being some console, good corner and night. Yet, can I say, the Jano and Okodo. We are not sad, not sim. Now, I say, you're never have a baby. What did you cry? Some console good in shot. You may do some console. Not so you go near fool. Now, I'm in command arms fast, from our market. The Jumo Bedia, any your mouth, yeah, you know, at the say. I'm back the Benicia. 1963-64. Malaysia for a day found with you, no moon, the unbeaten because Abrofono, who pray some for found the mouse and almost a better say, you knew what you are. Who call baby to say, their French for video, almost Abrofono, that work about down, that one. Abrofono the hammer to that one coin. I said, Muslim magic found the ammonia that one. And in Malaysia and other countries, you know, so as of fast animal. Kwame Nkrumah for Malaysia for and on Baha. I can't tell say, how do you imagine? Mumbo Mabamu, Yamabuam, Yamama Be, Yamamo Banchi, Mofanko, Yamamu Waka Cracker home, Mohanamu Yia, a bit up Wama Musica stem, Ella Beye, Clabeshe, and then Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and you'll be the better. And you know, the Binidia near Pamu, Yasibia, or Baby, Akobon Wegano. So, Pebia, or send him a Ghana. Now, I should come between sheer BB if you come and come out at the woman. Robert Mugabe, I didn't know. About post school and a scholarship. About your University of Cape Coast. About what I got a new Basali. Or the Konukun found you. Mandela, or when you're inspiration for ya, Patricia Lumumba. And then I say, Louis Armstrong. Cassius Clay, a friend of Muhammad Ali. Make me a good guinea baby. No. And then I said, the first black man, our professor. Maybe the boys. But Padmore, make me a boss. It's not Ghana, dear. Minia. Not a copy baby before or winning the enemy and son, don't mind a tear. Almost shame if you say, hey, so baby Maya, and I'll be before. You think do almost. You see me as such on my Diama, a Cabesha, or more Ghana. The boss South Africa Bosnia. Who is a Ghana? The boy Japan Bosnia. Japan, yes, the boy Japan Bosnia. So they are Maya, not the Tuchino May. Na, Pam come a year, no snow. On my no more. Captain said, and found I believe. We are continuing, we are captain, we are chaining. Free stream the bomba. We had then say, we Kusas near now to be good found. Anyway, back, I said, we are Ghana. God bless our homeland Ghana. I am a Sante. I'm from my we in 1960, 1st July. That's a no. It's in your man, it was in Yambra. Ebema nene wumi enu yebe gina baby pa ana tipa ne ka se ni nipa chen wo ana se bia be fia yimfie ntimi me sene so eye the first republican constitution it said the mechanism the attribute of a nation o ma bia na nyoma e ma no e dancer the name of the nation, the flag of the nation, the constitution of the nation, and the national anthem. Sanima Winna and Kwame Nkrumah Into the whole plane. You be anyone. Se Kwame Nkrumah. Or no, and the Titre. Modern day Ghana. And to come up for the baby free or maybe ya. Your question is Nkofua wobo mu se JB Dankwa no ne papa William Fuyata no ne efrem no omo fine or this time your ma we buy and we didn't get an answer ya nya no ye enti na me bo John Dramani Mahama ba so se wa wu se o ma bia no so bi tu no ho che e de no kwa bo afode so osom na maya awo se shenen monyam na sa nipa no e kai no enu nti ye da na se Founders Day ye dia ba ena nkura ti fie ubusa akura bi se na wan ko school was there be na ye holiday afofida hey holiday be no was na Founders Day na se ne san was eye owura Kwame Nkrumah wode no ho bo afode ade ne ho si wo e di Ghana fa hodie e ti kan Ghana bo mu no ono na ne Ghana fo ye kan so wa ye di ama Ghana akwa ne kasa asem onya no e dani tirim se ye bi ma Kwame Nkrumah that bi ono so de ho bo afode de ne ho si go no mo a ono so the man the kind of this is the relevance of the Founders Day uko America omo obi wo ho uko UK omo obi wo ho all over the world. There's a symbol of unison. There's a symbol of liberation. There's a symbol of a freedom fighter who rose and others followed. I didn't know the person said no. And I inquire Santo Akakra, Yankofa Sundiata, Yankofa Nabiwa, Yankofa Marigata, Musa or Mali crowd is not Ghana Empire, need to Mali, Yankofa, we say, and then before you, Moana. And until and Fufida, the Bojoso, by any jet. Na and come on, I think Timman to us, and after what it was.
And come on, Ashasiano. Now, me can't Obroniba can the ideals. A year, and it's what do any Trimupa no war. Na opese utimi edeboama oman etimi tumpon ekonanim ekon kan kamia ese efri bre the ye tu na de so ebepim nei yentumi hunu amanyokuo bi anase ni pasu bi eda sa eniswade hunu na de anase mpo niema wo twregu ho anase niema wo jagu ho anka ebetimi edi dwuma no yenhye dan hunu se yafa ya tabri edi ato ye trimu ya kruchi asese ni kakra senke betumi edi dwuma ade pene yempe so man be kwa nimu ana se bia otan hunu bi ene bia yewo edi ma eye osaje video to Kwame Nkrumah
obusa semwa na sa umba na ene mutumi a nka isi sentrofo nyina ho ne afibia di sabre ya kan osagefo egune nsa party eyan hihye agbono ho dawuru ya so ko efie mu a e kaka no choro ne mafa no ho na ene die no ye me tworo enche bia mewie na me da betu dwa no matu ne din se Osagefo was a man with plans for everything and everybody in Ghana. Osagefo was the man with plans for everything and for everybody in Ghana. Now, Kase, and your man now would Ginaho, sir, anything with Puff, this is a day. Any Niswadi Huna, not as what the Mao Minor. I didn't tea, and ain't me in Janson for so a neighboring. I couldn't say. And now I can say, a free 1966 Eban. Kwame Nkrumah Janson, Niswadi Huna, not a what plan. I'm paying for Benya with a session of a sample. You might say kakra, but one chunk on an infinite count. Apart from a champion, Obi any plan. Obi any plan. What the band internet to you, Claudia? A man paying for the deal, Obi any plan. And until Oba no bending the Musa or Cosrono above form, a baby at enough, Okuta Krua. na okọ na akọbọ problem epono ya tro IMF International Monetary Fund nkọfo a ọmọ abrofo a ọmọ ameboa yẹ ọmọ turu ye gold ye bauxite ye diamond ye aluminium ye even say timber ẹnu ni ade ọmọ amoa no na ya san akọ ọmọ hɔ ye kọ ọmọ hɔ no a na ekutakuru a kakashira wa maame a mani abo ọmọ kake sɛ yantutu eni ọmọ ye ana ya bɔ ọmọ hɔ eni nti mo bi ọmọ boa bia no ọmọ bɛ ma ye bosia nsimu no ye atwitwame bro a na ye mpelifo ọmọ kɔ school enim konta no munim sɛ 1+1 ye 2 no akwa gye bosia nsimu eye 50%, 30%, na akwa gye wa bra sa bosia no ye ayenim sɛ sika abofo nya ye ebodi ye we nsa asisia o edamo ya etimbe ya sɛ ɔmo ba bɛfa enwene te sɛ fish no mo nya dade nyina de kom krom na ɔmo akwa tontɔn enya sika na ɔmo de sika na sie yɛmpanifo no ɔmo so ɔmo akɔ school ɔmo yɛ doctor ɔmo yɛ professor sɛ dade no kwa ne da bɔ ɔmo bosia na ɔmo akɔgye bosia na ɔmo abɛtena ha ɔmo ba so a deɛ ɛyɛ ne sɛ ebe wie tire no bosia no ɔmo timi nya bi papa bia de obɛwia bi ɛde asisi adan sɛ ɔno esikani wɔ ɔman mu ha obɛwia bi ɛde ayɛ ne ho yie de akɔtɔ dan wɔ aburokyire ebɛwia tire no na sika kakra no a ɔmo twetwe yɛ srɛ ne abasa no ɔmo asan srɛ sika no asa de kotua ka no a ɔmo kɔbɔ ɔmo bosia no nyansa bi anim hwɛ no recycling loans to pay debts ɔgye bosia no ebi di kakra yaka no na tama ekɔgye bosia no so na yɛde kɔ na yɛsa de akɔtua bosia no sɛ yɛbɛgye bosia nti yɛba betua bosia no bi na bosia no kɔtua no kwa no ɛnyɛ sika bɔtene no ɛnyɛ the principal loan no sɛbe ɛyɛ ho sɛde nsihu na ɔmo ba yɛ interest na ɛkɔtua nti there's it is the person minya word be describe no the gidi sɛ mama nkyɛn tiawa ɛbi bi nya ndi so muni plan na meka ne saa na ɛnɛ mene wo ɛbɛhyɛ ɛnyɛma bi ane nkɔma ɛbɛfa ɔman no wɔyɛ ne sɛ ɔyɛ ɔman a nnipa a ɛwɔ mu no ɛho ɔden na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛhwɛ na yɛde nneɛma gu akwam sɛ de bɛyɛ saa nnipa no da biara no sɔre a obɛnya aduane bi na wonya aduane bi a obɛnya ahoɔden wonya ahoɔden a obɛtumi akɔ ne nnwuma so akɔyɛ adwuma sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɔman no ɛbɛnya no so mfa soɔ wonim deɛ ɔyɛ ne sɛ wɔde biribi baa ɛhwɛ ne state farms ɔman no afuo ɔman afuo ade kontia ne sɛ obi yɛ tikyani obɛdidi obi yɛ nɛɛseni obɛdidi obi yɛ dɔktani obɛdidi obi ɛyɛ professor trade obɛdidi soja police ne obiara saa nipa no ɔntumi nnyae adwuma a wɔyɛ no ɛfiri sɛ adwuma no ho hia ɔman no na sɛ wɔannyae adwuma no a wɔyɛ no ankodɔ afuo a ɔbɛyɛ dɛ didi nti saa deɛ a kwame nso nie ne tiri asɛ dɛ mmia mmoa ne saa nanso so na ɔwɔ ne kurom no na ɔyɛ kwani paa ɔne ne nana ne maame no mu adɔ akua saa deɛ ba sɛ yɛdwa bante bɔɔdeɛ na yɛhwɛ ama na yɛyie paa no a kwame te aseɛ ɛsɛ kwame te aseɛ deɛ a ade nti na yɛmfa kwame na ɔmmɛyi boa ɔman no ma ɔman no nnua nnɔbaeɛ na sɛ odua saa nnɔbaeɛ no a na otwa anaasɛ ne twa berɛ ba a polisini no a ɔtenka anaa kuma so na ɔntumi no afuo no anya bi adi sogyani no anya bi adi sɛ kwame tumi yɛ saa deɛ no na sɛ ɛyɛ yie di a ɛne kwame so so yɛbɛfa no sɛ dwumayɛni sɛdeɛ polisini yɛ dwumayɛni no sɛdeɛ sogyani yɛ dwumayɛni no ɛno nti the workers brigade ɛbae ɛma kofo bebree no ara no tate sɛ ɔmo boa ama yɛayɛ ɔman afuafɛ no state farms no saa state farms no ɔman no mdɔ bia na yɛfa ɔmo sɛ ɔmo yɛ adwumayɛfoɔ nti sɛ sogyani wɔ ne kɔtɛs a wɔtim a kuani ne wɔ ne kɔtɛs a wɔtim sogyani ne kɔtɛs na wɔte no sɛ ɛdan mmienu na ɛwɔ mu a kuani no nso wɔ dan mmienu sogyani no gye n'akatua sɛ sogyani a kuani no nso gye ne sika yeah, a fatal so you create. Say in the Kwame Nkrumah de buy. It's not clear for any few more. Say, or you clear more minor. I don't want to try them. Emma, it's your moon cry. Where can happiness come down? I will do my best. And you too, you will do your best for beautiful, beautiful Ghana. Itimesa. We are more food.
Mate.
Abe piano. It's just a walk and someone will be a walk and if you will do your best. So your police in Israel said, we'll do our best. And when we do our best, piano for a very beautiful Ghana. The police in Israel said, study. Pianino corner for moi. Obi Encotinetin Koreana dear. He's doing his best. Pianino so aqua forma when that's what say. Obia kwende basabasa into a form nano or you don't know what about Wodia would so coco no dia would dia Sabina wodia would dia send the bear so that any police even he was doing his best. The professor now was schooling him say Pianini Bana watcher at Diano or you don't know what year because not Pianino and one professor and 1 year Gianni
no correct.
So the professor was doing his best. Best you know what hospital the doctor not in the hospital in him say the dia one or Pianini Renoir, what about hospital Wabajaya channel. If you say, Senor Pianino, and confirm that Gianni was in his best. Samano or Pupuso, Aqua Yinamo, or the Indian alcohol, even though a proswatana ban if they only say, the Sunday study Pudimpo Yanuponoa, or my dear, between the water, so because the doctor for women in the back. Teacher for better, the mad year, Piafonso, so, or look in the back. When the bank is in the board, and I said, the more be Eddie, everybody was doing what they can and must for beautiful Ghana. Say, and a Kwame Nkrumah said the agriculture sector, the far-reaching end of all the end products, not a tattoo will be a boss. And the also agriculture sector now the farm. May the defense minister about soldier for dinner for school. May the education sector at your professor for the Umunya. May the health sector at the Nanko for Omushapumu den Sonia. May the interior sector at your police for and if I saw Munya. If the son of Kwame Nkrumah, it is a Ghana onion in the sun to my beer so into many and some into many per year. And only plan Kwame Nkrumah at the buyer. Na a bois or mine. So see, I'm no catching. The more opinion. Kwame Nkrumah addition idea anything mu pa or that to say Ghana fan Nkrumah is now. Or my impending for Omuka Ghana asa ambe no nin class out to the woman train. O me the tray you numbi adie pa. Enti the day yas mental you menum. Na se wonu dabi ega the mechanic say e ba Kwame Nkrumah this land dim hu any Nkrumah is ma bimu. And you make me the game. You can capture your record. When it comes to Nkrumah, I'm well vested in it. Because men are not no more. I'm going to come and command here as in 2 years. Me wo fa no more. I'm call young pioneer. My etro my dear. Men are not this one almost new woman. I'm so Eddie Dim Pennyfu are no bubu or minus Hammer. But sheer dear from her. And you know, Kwame Nkrumah woman or train of Subi on moi. And want to was lacking can be. I'm a bomb to man. The Sama Yasamatin so, Minko party beers and CPP. The brave beers with Nadia. They were more quicker. Mammy, one sector of the economy, we did say, a brew or member. I say no, I yet a man of Conan called to say, whether went to me and Yanya Daddy. Naming fan Chow. Said your Kwame Nkrumah Tiasian Kobeano. Any senior CPP will hold one Kobeano. I'm giving you one opportunity. Give me one sector of the economy. It doesn't matter any problem in this country. And ask me how the CPP will solve it. na men can say CNC be better. Menu me and na ebe so sa problem. That's how Kwame Nkrumah did. Kwame Nkrumah believe in collectivism. That is why we are social.
What the kind Kofi, what the kind can agriculture ho asem intimi musa agriculture. Ade ba ko a wa wi ho. Ade ba ko a
bibiu aha.
Ade ba ko a oman mu dan da nyina ye ka ho asem. Ai ne ye ka sei. Yesi ye wo deficit over ye 2 million. Ai no ye be hia sika be ye opepe be ye ohani akire. Opepe pe be ye ohani akire. Ansa na yetimi edi ayo. Eye adan ho nsem.
Na me kase galam say you become ubi but you prove it. So everyone was over that I'm family. Na me nyan kamenka because and to be around the launch a very big campaign in this country. Now that campaign it will be based on shelter. Senipa enye bebia odi mi tibetu. And to see I will be saying me who say because a crata matra me started to manifest that based on books of Makania daddy. And me say a young one was to be one of Adia Bakwa me did this I was here tackle memoir say per se the nya on my sabi ye nim ni padu wo mu ye nim di obi aya is to provide shelter na matumidin tackling the rural urban migration through proper shelter ofo bebe from Chrome na omwaba enkai kumasi any crocasium ede no ba bete obedi pa obusa no say sisi yankopon boa na so nya adwuma na ohoto utimi ha dan wo ba bia bete na any ada na wonya sika na wosie bia de na be ade odi nka kan se mekwa kosi dan ama maame ana mpapa ana me si dan na that bia me bo akokra anya brewa na kotelem and the fundamentals of every hustle America and for brofo and after every struggle and for brofo the fundamentals of every hustle and struggle of the ordinary Ghanaian has been the need to provide a shelter for himself, herself, or him or her family. Or no? And I say that's Biano. Go for do my baby, I said the man money that the do me do Tibeto. And I guess I need to imagine. And the Katana mentioned and say, and the Shishamo my ye. Usama Busanko for ma or my cat. I buy you sit down. Can you? I buy you sit down. Say, Conti, who free a senate say, a just focus school. What do you mean? I can't come for, but what's the price? You told what court. I didn't hear. I am my day. The Swami Coast Cook and Bank Committee CD. Major corruption, I cost so a woman one. Over finding out not the person is thinking said that to Biano. On see die. And our side, drive to be our what you are what you. It can be our second Jan Sakana that Biano or Kona whom Jemua. Wanyamabo. It is the major source of corruption. I am daring researchers from Omkoju. Okay, Sama and the driver am I correct? And no, am I to be a best to this country? So many sit down. Oh, sit down. Not sad, Dano. What they found call for no, I want them. Their human capacity. Can you? And leverage, but what in the what they found for no, I wish I got a dear beat. Say, a four sassy, and not a fool, and I say a good dear beat and leverage. Now, a minor accident, I'm a tiny panic. na nipa no anya ahotoso sɛ ɔba kokora mfie die sabi adwuma a wɔyɛ nyinaa koraa no wɔsi mfie dada ɛdeɛ ne bɛka deɛ bɛka ne sɛ saa nipa no he will do his best she will do her best to excel beautiful Ghana. Look, I have a solid plan based on the compromise, step-by-step approach of how we are going to make sure that there's a lot of shelter, modern shelter for every Ghanaian, for every family in this country. Fancy Shano, a bois, a madachi biano, dedicating, and not kono, and I said, no, Jacono say, on fear with the crew. Or dine, then your son and I on one dia. Emuno or TV, multi TV, and I said, DSTV will be. Or Juma will come into a bank of baby.
Oh, my heavy.
About my dad, baby. A possibly also so big transfer. Said your man, I buy my NCT. Let's go back to Club Eduma. And you're not going to set in here when sit down with the crew, to sit down with the crew. And or be real to can out of Baby corrupt. Now, a pedant down with Massey. And so you say, that's the Albako, necessary to Uncle Dinahomia. You couldn't enough of what, or no more Satia Brabo. The crew and what more, this one more. I want to live here. I want to send the Wayaria, or which when you be a man and Shamano. Now, all banners on a near to Diamond. After Diamond, so a come. I'll quite said it, the new to drink and it will call the crew more. Or when it is so, or into a bad Ghana. Kumasi, Anata or Bar and Kanya, the idea. And you're not going to say, on your Catachan for it. Because she cannot do all petty apapano. A man may be that. A Bema or minus so. I could say, say, I'm on my way now. That's a slab, of course, a bomb and a Columbia. That's all my boy for. And she has two swat near to us, and a young fan said, we are partying into your can say. And I say, we are not making can say. Rather they do not make a tell say. I got, and I better do nothing. They like to say campaign one. Never was in see
Mate.
Na me de bɛbɛn wo ɛne watiefoɔ me ma wo kwan a CPP foɔ yɛahyehyɛ nhyehyɛeɛ ɛnyɛ no nkwa wo every sector of the economy minia yɛahyehyɛ na ɛne di yaw sɛne nyankopɔn Israelfoɔ ɛyɛ asoɔden a ɔdɔ ɔmo kɔ bɔhyɛ asase so na ɔmo asoɔden nti no ɔmo twa ho bɔhyɛ asase no hyiaeɛ mfe aduanan I said, Yakupon Chile almost a corner and a dano. Yes, he did wear show. Yes, he got for that could be at him. And people in additional M1 from Obegedi. Mobina Reshimu. Now, what's someone said? See before. Something for the Paquan and Comatre in Yansa. What Cherry said you see here no in 63-64. Now you bought Japan Bushia. Now you test out Singapore. Say that, Ebeno. Any amount of brain one, ye from a pin to moi. Nice, Reno. The best Remo say, you won't in Diano. That is a trade. Now, ye car, oh, my moi. I could the Adam, I could the Waffle. And then you crack up some chiba, and then you know. 1964. Now, ye as a chef. And you be a young yeah. It's something that a damn year, PSA, by local to need them at task or semi Kamana and the Italian task. May you have got a company limited. Yeah, plywood. Now, study. In 65, 65, yes, I can say yes, oh, it's still rigid. Why not? Oh, yes, ship. Yes, ship. Who could be a Tema Shipyard? Yes, ship one. And then, I didn't say, Nipa fear, I've seen it, or see to me, and the Mukania. two nuclear reactor. That nuclear reactor, no. And yeah, I could afford the papa and the Busia on the Shema America for the Sakoi. But at that time, who can be for atomic?
Meaning, pa.
Oh, and I'm not getting this education. Until for atomic. That's atomic reactor center. Site now, nuclear reactor, because here, honor. And to fear of being the man crying here, who must know if you queen now. So I feel no plan to talk. Yeah, they are in the Munkania. And then, one man, I can say, my like to do. But the Sumusa, there is a phone. You have a catch your electric car. Electric car, what did they never tell you? What did they never tell you? It should do, yeah. Na akɔtɔ generator na de tisi fusu nya bomu pain ni nipa se buni mu adan ya akɔtɔ generator ye fen Ameri na generator one kuma no a build a hydro dam issue we ye ana ye de yen nkania ye den enene mine issue bu e ma mu ha kwaya buo. And we are the bossy pakwa. Germany for produce about 2.4 billion gigawatts of solar power. And we are about to renew the Remiasa. Now we are here, face to face. It means nuclear site. It means something of nuclear. That's a solar system. Sorry, solar system. You need solar systems. Why? As here we are. Not when I'm in Canada, we share MPP never does a demo. I can't hear it. Most was MPP. A different thing now MPP. Or say, hey, who could do a still rather. And it's not one because I don't have MPP. Only my frontier. We share Quadrane what the NDC meeting is. So, Dama, why you have to win this? But I didn't know when this was IDC. A job all day. Don't you want a job all day? We should rather look into us. They don't know the reason because MPP and this, they don't have a plan. They've never had a plan. And then, and conform committee me about me at the mind. And what did that one say? Study. I'm not so. I'm a fuma. Take for Pantame. And what did that tackle about them for? That's why this year on the club. Now, you need to go bank crime. Then kind of Sikawa or bank crime. And can an enjoy or bankai, and can about betting about bra, not about bra, a baby not of that bontin said the badam for. Sure, or Tim, and we about him, a baby not for the yow, not for what done a crumb for, what done will be in the bonnet. As yet, starting the phone of the bankai. Tiny panel. What didn't want bro, it is a to my MPP. And I never made a password you have of the Omobana bro. It is a same beyond to my MPP and DC. MPP and DC, before we decline. I remember Babina. Then I never acquired to the Ghana folk room. After moi, and now my moon. Then I have to think a free conform wrestle. The issue of the galaxy. But there's anything.
No, great.
I put a phone, Emma, as I say, yes, sir, no. Na galamte, you put it. You know, too much breno. Yadi, a soldier for happen. Yadi, a police for happen. A bind one can happen. Meaning, grano, meaning operation galam stop, and the galam same stop. Opportunity operation galam stop. What's his work a crack, immigration for a crack, soldier for a crack, the two movies. Omokoya galam say no answer po galam say no mu epamo omo ana ye the operation hot and also police for kakra afraid for kakra in TSA we must support ya they no the brofo I know the hot let's send the jadia ye dia no that is excavated that is see can find that is dia ni na no akusiaka the ya the event operation Calm Life as so by. And also, if you want to say passage, oppression after oppression, government after government, a band of slave for a band of sign. Yet they are not at a equal and this is a any political folk who are who are intermedia task force a good work. Meaning, still. Oh, that I'm saying that's so. And I'm not saying, yes, you have done it in Chuma.
Menimpa nchuma de kabutia ho no.
Ensuo ni ya da ni brike ana ensuo na ese ntoma pe ye pon toma pa ya ko boye musia ho ta na ye enna ma won so no nyina awu ana ensuo no susu a ye ta ni ye fu no susu ni nyina atai enti te se no wo ye fu enye yi do di ye fu be ye no susu a ye se nade asaso no amene nade ensuo no amene nade enti saudi guwa fo no sukura na no ba no betwa no na nade akọ aduane no ntu die ni nyina no se aduane no ekọ yem na nane a ana se eyam wi a ebe bi achi ni awode enya no enye adura wa aduane no mu no nemo nade na sa nade no susu no ema ya ya hudo bebre cancer no mo ne ade nyina aka ho bi sa sem we ya semo a I was a Omampini bi or Tigana Diana a bonnet. Can you? Some way. I ask more Omampini bi or Tigana as you again or some bonnet. Not the buffalo. Not what can say a quad be as a galam say we or say twice here. Sure. Who mind for Sabi Omunti and a woody. Who mind for Sabi Omunti and a Unapu. Adiam putujuma. O man fo a omo ekosala awmati eto abama wo ebi o party fo ebi o nanfo ebi e Ghana fo a bebi agobi o mbodje so a ema wo ye kokroko na mpja obeki sanko fo no omo nom awuduro efri enhia galamti asani sanko fo no omo di aduane a aduane no awuduro wom na sare ala bete. The fight against Galamsey is something we have to exhaust just because the pabonephobia, aconphobia, sabi, uncophobia, or mere maboyophobia, our more party AAB. Do percent if I do. Declare a state of emergency now, President John Dramani Mahama. Declare it. If you don't know, it is killing your people. Uncofua, or more Bolly Boy. Mutu abama wo bra usati zoko parliament no ebinim abekumase ebim be fa nyoma fi kumase ebim be fa nyoma fi western region e de ko e fa woni be bia omo wo awuduo no etwa wo mo nsuo no omo num bi ba takwade a obenim nsuo oba sante je obenim nsuo nsuo ne se fi fa this is serious ade wenya ade di agro declare a state of emergency now. Nani pakura was so ya bama te Ghana for oni nyanso te Ghana for o wa ho de ka te Ghana for no oni de opeti ka te Ghana for nkwan no sa nipa no on potren shom en fa tan sho so oni de ne ho den oni nyansa obo Ghana so na on ti galam se nyehwe on ti galam se nyehwe declare a state of emergency
oui
na nkofo a me nya mam fancy aso omo de omo krom etu galam se o but ye de ma mu de o ma be kye yensuo no omo mra se omo ba be tu galam se ni ewe now this is the solution chibi before na wa be mo a enka de dem say e be declare all water bodies any forest zones our Ghana nyar security zone chenie enti ofen akobra dream no ye the bema the Ghana Navy aya soldier for enkwabata omo di nsum no di omdwuma omo hye nsum dware na sabe omo kwa omo di nsum no monam nti ebe ka che omo se fi no kuri cheni omo so mo ye nyina no anya punko na punso ka ho bi the whole country again sa media ewo regional barracks no ye de ofiama mo ye de prama mo nti ayemu training center said Ghana needing to fatuo anasa on fatakan anko ami barak bi ti se wo adara barak okumase anasa misia camp no anko kwa se on e be manti okuta sika ko tutuo ezo nza soja fo ne guo no the training center anasa the barracks of the Navy no eba be yensuo no into one also a bema. And if one or Monsieur, I want to be a training yard, I don't know. For true, and then some fun because you was a who got to say you in Fisher Walk. And that woman have a Ghana food. And once it's a security zone, who do what? Nasa, the man in Ratchet and one and it's a photo card. If you know, you're the small soldier for be free car. Omokwa, if I say Omonti Wontino, na Momu, Ebia, Tikaka class, the amount for Kikano, Mimini, and one dance here, Mama for Kika. Nothing, the also way and Omonia, the soldier for so much debate, police for the debate, baby. When you're soldier in the fear, and you know, or never soon show me dinner grow into the barracks of all the Navy, the Navy in this country becomes the river bodies. And Cobra, now the Western Reserve and Navy Command. Eastern Region, Navy Command, near the Bima Woman. And he said, yeah, until you consider a few and so you feel good, you know. Sana is sure no sono on the 20 cent. Not a declare me event.
Security zone.
I don't quiet, I said, no, sono. If you know, I can't imagine. Even though more or what are barracks, I was event say, complex was a Kwadwo way. But if you know, my forest, so the Mukwakian forest, no. I'm all yet daily and after monthly exercise now. The Mukwakian forest view. Get a more call, event say, Jacobu, Yama reporting king, and all the guaranteed sites. What I hear. When I'm going to training. Let's all the soldier for a deep training, a to room, a training. No one quite now to guarantee. Oh, Ghana, how will you answer? When I want to son to go up to guarantee. Oh, we're doing training. A ban Sanwa, soldier for no. They're the choir no ama woman. A hot and a do Juma. A hot and a home fee. Home of John to tear. And you know, and nothing of think ever back. No, that can soldier for the bone, to move think about no more. And no, MPP for anyone plan. And Tina, Yati Interministerial Task Force, Operation Gallant Stop, Operation Hot, Operation Dance, Operation Jump, Operation Skipping, Operation Bia, and you know. I can't tell, say, Kwame Nkrumah, Kebakwa, now what? Kebakwa, a man of Basson Crusade, or plan for Bia. As a man, okay. Where Ghana? Oh, we teach you so. Who are the little trim? I deal with. Would did this say? Ghana buy and the near bread. If any man for a D, a Diania, a wood room, or moon sua, a wood room. Not a man of mine, El Yano, out of the Maya. I do any edge man. To me, I deal with. Say you declare all these places security zones. Let's also see a quarantine other corner. Not a could take you or how in fear if the owner or didn't here. It won't mean as Mrs. Sadie will be south. What did you say? Any workable?
But Ejuma.
Ejuma. Do hear me on my who die or Wakumem? Then you may come and see. On my way, ye bay man a CPP. It's the CPP for I did say. So a CPP now depending on memoir. The capital say, hard year in to be. But the community.
But you're Tumbi, mammy.
Hard year in to be. What hard year no?
To be and the end of great.
Yes, hard year to be. Meaning they are for a new discovery.
I on a better, but won't to be.
Sir?
On a while, but you're not very careful to be. Obia 2 years, the catcher no offer.
What I hear. And to wood yet, obey man penny. Or man in a cow like this, or cow water be. On a money will be there, no man catch us a matter. What? And this will sit down over there. Where's hard yet? And this will talk out there. I will pray someone for me, I will pray private that we be. Never we shall also more money here. Now, call home with dear moi. A man never heard you my so. Economy no. So they will see here and that no money canon. The rest down mouth. To come out. It wouldn't find sense. Where the party be and young one. Good was this for you, a buying contract. A buying piano. Sorry. A banana. What to use away. Will you pass on your dear? So the family will say 3 months. yɛn mpanimfoɔ no ba ɔmo mpere ɔmo ho ɔmo bɛgyene ɔman no ho na ɔmo atoto ɔman no sɛ ɔman no bɛkɔ yi nti ɛna asɛm a mɛka akyerɛ wo no sɛ yɛkae Kwame Nkrumah yi happy fm foɔ ɛne matiefoɔ deɛ medi mu gya mo no sɛ Kwame Nkrumah deɛ na ɔwɔ plan ɛma Ghanafoɔ ɛne bibi a ɛwɔ Ghana na deɛ nti a ɛnɛ deɛ ɔma no ayɛ tete sɛ kontebe no ɛne sɛ NPP ɛne NDC ɔmo ni plan na sɛ ɛnɛ Kwame Nkrumah CPP yɛma ɔmo akonya ama ɔmo abu ɔman a Nkrumah ne suade hunu Nkrumah teteɛ pa nyansa ɛne nneɛma a n'ɔpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ ma Ghana no ebu emu a yɛbɛtumi ɛde atetere ɔman yi ama ɔman no agyina Ghana yɛde gya mo
Govi mama no wase sɛ anɔpɛ yɛpusu wo homa ɔgye pɛneɛ na wo ne atwitwe nkɔmmɔ nkɔmmɔ no ɛda yie menyɛ no wase na anɔpɛ yi ɛyɛ ɔsɛ Kofi Oko Convention People's Party amanyɔkuo no mu a amanyɔkuo a ɔsaaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah yɛkɔfa bae na wɔn eduom dwuma ɛwɔ man Ghana mu a wɔno ɛna wɔyɛ emabunu anoboaboafo ɛna wɔtɛsi yɛn no atwitwe nkɔmmɔ ɛwɔ dwumadie no so no sima baako ɛyɛ aduonu nan ɛna aka na nonkron abɔ ɛwɔ dwumadie no so ɛna anɔpɛ yi na yakasa akyɛ yɛnye aboafo nkratoɔ mmra na yɛmutwi ɛnkɔ Silver Star Tar ekopie wɔ Silver Star Tar na kyese enei no yɛkɔhwɛ deɛ ɛkɔ so hɔ na yɛfiri hɔ ba yɛbɛto dwumadie no so ama wɔn nso atumi anya akwanya afrɛ aba dwumadie no so na anɔpɛ yi na wadwe nkyerɛ a wɔwɔ ɛwɔ hɔ nnɛ no wɔde amae panyimfoɔ sɛ tikro hɔ yi ɛnkɔ agyina
The morning show that brightens your morning with exciting news, great music, great talk, and incisive discussions. This is the Happy Morning Show, Mondays to Fridays on Happy 98.9 FM.
A branded draw, see Happy on Wheels, Jumedia Cassia, a free Happy 98.9 FM. Yadi Bremo, Bekaya Hua, Nima, Medina Station, Yawada, 25th of September, 2025. If you know me, no Ekopim no, Sia, Bright, Nayana, Yantana Sinin Koma, Edim Puntu, and Koso, Ye your Cancro, Eba Yam Potamu Ahudo, our bra. Yani MC and in Pennyfua, what can be a year, a journey for, a dropper for, any Obibiara, what can be a Twasumu, a Sinkunya, Naya Dinkomo, Maminkai said Dr. Zen Natural Deodorant, and Asiasi, one the Bahobi, Dr. Zen Natural Deodorant, and your deodorant here, Ubetimidia, your Motromu, a Rubian Kahun, and now soon, a man can be a mount, Happy on Wheels, and Massage Medie, and Pound, Kayo, say it, 25th of September, 2025, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Nima, Medina Station. Be there, be heard. Happy on Wheels. Your voice, your power. Your power. Nima for a branded draw, see Happy on Wheels, Jumedia Cassia, a free Happy 98.9 FM. Yadi Bremo, Bekaya Hua, Nima, Medina Station, Yawada, 25th of September, 2025. If you know me, no Ekopim no, Sia, Bright, Nayana, Yantana Sinin Koma, Edim Puntu, and Koso, Ye your Cancro, Eba Yam Potamu Ahudo, our bra. Yani MC and in Pennyfua, what can be a year, a journey for, a dropper for, any Obibiara, what can be a Twasumu, a Sinkunya, Naya Dinkomo, Maminkai said Dr. Zen Natural Deodorant, and Asiasi, one the Bahobi, Dr. Zen Natural Deodorant, and your deodorant here, Ubetimidia, your Motromu, a Rubian Kahun, and now soon, a man can be a mount, Happy on Wheels, and Massage Medie, and Pound, Kayo, say it, 25th of September, 2025, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Nima, Medina Station. Be there, be heard. Happy on Wheels. Your voice, your power. Your power.
Hey, Kofi. Meet me a country man. About bedane o yere. Abra utia just 1,000 Ghana cedis. Me ya one ya.
Oyo obi oyi nkonya.
Wait see. Me a Happy FM Valentine Mass Wedding 2026.
Sa dwumadie no a ye hoahoa wo se oye odehye ne
Number one everywhere you go. Big goal. For the friends and the family. Big goal. Big refreshing moment. Big goal. For the kids and the adults. Big goal. Boys and girls with a drink up. Big goal. Everywhere the party day. Big goal. We go mash up the place with the big goal. Greatest in every battle. Big goal. 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 Greatest in every battle. Big O. Big refreshing moments.
Big O drink. Big refreshing moment.
Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
For all the news updates, trending topics, good music, and unbiased analysis of various issues, listen to the Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM. We are your morning companion.
H&H Gary ho Mr. Mo we America ya kuye H&H Gary and ye bidia na fine fit H&H Gary 4-in-1 H&H and Gary Choco Energy H&H Gary Soya ni nyina wo ba bia fa bia say abode atuate se Ghana fa na nyina betumi anya bi na otumi ato sanso ana menka Sabasha Ball Center se bro na oyare ye stroke diabetes prostate pile slow sperm count nyina no ayade a obetumi aso ano ade ama konko adro ba ko pe de Sabasha Ball Center na me kire Sabasco bites momodi ana tobi na koko na ewo hu ni nyina na bi to ayira ko to be cotton Hilos Okaichi Little George Tema Community 5 Ekus Pharmacy Ashaman Main Station momodi na bra Sabash na honamani yade honhum ha wonyina no Dr. Sabamfa ne nsankan ye wo La Paz ye ne Abrantia Sport in the animuhwe 34 homani ni modiana frɛ 0508768846 anase 0249217453 soccer bet se soccer chance wo ho ton boys girls na mo ye ana mo kwa other platforms soccer bet ho a wo twen wo no na oko beba bi foforo da bi enye sa bomodi afa bra be soccer chance mu select 10 or more matches odds 1.3 and above ulusu one matcha usika na disi mu try na ma ho miensa ameka so share crown terms and conditions apply jo sanko minim so tu mirika bi so de jo utu mirika bi
as a family can ma comedy aba
of your you go 5 kilometers better than 5 kilometers
now 5 kilometers yes you nkola na ekọ 5 kilometers
auto so an
afin na ye quality max no but 600 na mi wo
Jamoni train there goes the 15th edition of the GMA Japan Motors Corporate Run and Walk and then there goes this year
into the senior money and the 15th GMA Japan Motors Corporate Run and Walk na senior money every 21st September. That's to celebrate Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Day. Na senior 21st September fell on Sunday. Na ayendra into the run na be share and in Ghana, you will say a year run 22nd September and a day now. It's a 5-kilometer run and walk. In Zania can so to me, Unicapa, to say, wow, to studio, the bit to be a done in not what they are Nancy. I'm talking Nancy and Bayas, and I went to me and Bahabi. Indeed, almost met me and Nancy and almost met me a quick because I think Apple and me cap pepe. Now the route, not you all know, it starts from Starter, now you call 37. Then we head to Defense Drive, use Aviation Social Center, Yaba Airport, runabout. Yeah, you see Opebia Road and back to Silver Star Tana. As at now, there, runners Nina Apaba. Amaya warm down where we see they're already having their breakfast and networking. And this year, so we had a number of activities alongside warm down. Into Omobase now, almost slow drag race where you see people competing with motorbikes. I don't know, slow drag race and umfo bibre. So for kaka. Now you should be one in the system and money are disqualifying and now they will be to me every finish line without the nine system. No, now we're doing now a very interesting and next day. What's actually because what's the background? What's in Jumna and go for upper run area of my own down or more relaxed up or more or many years. If you see a quality results, no. Now I share the fastest woman, fastest corporate team. Last year, Happy FM was the second fastest corporate team. If you say, Happy FM maintaining the position and I say, obey first. If you have quality results in the area, you do one pampa, the fastest corporate team, or a hand for the 15th Japan Motors GMA corporate run. Now you and Nedina. Attitude Wahabi Gray, a former ambassador of China, in the person of Red Button or however for the America Minister for Labor, Dr. Rashid Pelpo, and so about the America Kamakamo are there. Your MD for Japan Motors, Salem Kamomi, MD for Silver Star, Salaka Omoni, Omunanzo, Owa Hanoma, the Noma Party in Run. Then I make and then they into there. Our assembly calls to the brew. I was almost we have penny for now. Young boys need a brew. Our Hanom now. Happy FM Musumum Day. For police. For the safety. And then Solomon, how much money we have? Over time, over the Oma Bomo days by OBT GME, ABT TMI. ABT, YFM, for the airport, the Chinese and Omoba. Over the Chomunity. Happy FM, the GMA group in there. Happy FM, Atimun, and Kama. By a chef final results, no? There, other competing teams. Happy FM, me, ABT or Mindy. A dear Kosovo, a Jones, update, I'm no mammo, and a pay, and no. GMA, Japan Motors Corporate run on Wadarama.
Nazan Comanti and Moana Kamba, who have a tear. Who de be mo ha se se mo
a member now o meet ya ko bi kan yo me de me men kan on a results ne be the happy team na bo modern pa
and you say be can corporate team na is a happy team be me ko be first one
that and ni yeah quality results money and
okay
some of the corporate teams are also very fast and what is there even though a corporate teams, so the average time and it is a team members need now and a good average timer. And wow, it is a mobile and time crown as the other teams, so average time there, but because it's already not some teams, no, almost to so by happy team, the almost not interval cacao, we buy a another person. But it's the average time, no, any police in the answer say. Appear to see that first, second, or third.
Okay. Joel Sanko, I say, so the update, in 15th edition of the AGMA Japan Motors Corporate Run and Walk, and out is here the home and some bro, no, Akasima Bako, a year, it do non crumble, non crumbani, sorry, so the Happy Morning Show, you never been a year. My main Kyle said the 14th Ghana Economic Forum, that's Ghana's most influential platform for economic dialogue and policy action. So 28th of October 2025 or Kempinski Hotel Gold Coast City Accra na onum say empanyin fo omunim de ewo eye ankrankra adwuma mu one more year dwuma de ma ban one more year amine amine so nkitahudi ehu dwuma emu panyifo baako ahasa ena wo nyina ba behia na sentitiri da nhyiamu no eso no ene say currency stability, a reset for sustainable economic growth. Mamenka say afidie no ade a will feature 4 powerful plenary sessions, strengthening the economy and finance, unlocking energy and renewable solutions, and transforming agriculture and its value chain. Mamenka, the conversation will be bold. Actionable strategies from it, a high-level networking opportunity for we be about BPM hobby. Ghana Economic Forum 2025 is powered by the Business and Financial Times with support from valued partners and sponsors, BTC, Bank of Ghana, Fidelity Bank, KPMG Ghana, Arthur Energy Advisors, Olam Agri, the Bank Hospital, Metro TV, Asase Radio, TV3, Joy FM, City FM, Channel 1 TV, and Happy 98.9 FM. Don't miss out on this defining national conversation. For partnership and sponsorship, we'll be to me afre 0244 689 521 and 0209 4572 427 rather. My main team for mom 0244 689 521 and that's 0209 457 427. Call GhanaEconomicForum.com. Na ubitimi aba no aba why me awaso yasene. The 14th Ghana Economic Forum, where Ghana's future takes shape. Friend in Kobo 0551 563916 0555 657 2 numbers you beat me afraid no about Jumadians na only a D in Komo. Friend, we're trying to tell Nafo from them so Omatimi Yakonya no my friend. Yanko, good morning. We didn't be afraid.
That's if I'm honest, sir.
Yes, sir. Oba the other man and Patron's way.
Moko, brother. Bra, and some one my own. I admit simple now, what to be now, while arguing my cousin. We CPP Nipa be interview on a pay. Eja, mo party promote means so party for problem. Near the Ghana Babisha Monsa. I don't go down chair. NPP financing ya and move free and buy me. Move free and buy me. But they can't send soon pot all. Now Paul Ando. And then Mustafa Salah Mustafa. And ya two young Kwadwo soon and some more year friends press conference. And to move your way. Never pom the Nago Pom Abutu. Also track that you almost want to know. Nago Pom count.
One more the answer will be a free few. Hey, young girl, good morning, you need baby a free. Good morning, you need baby a review. Something here. Something about your meeting or other. Or something in me, and I say, young girl, good morning, you need baby a review.
Good morning, Delilah, friend.
We
Debbie, Delilah.
Pacho Delilah be any.
That's a Michia, Obama Fatty Shavali.
Oh, me Joseph, Malam.
And come out in Napawi. On any dear Nancy 777. Now it's a tossum cacra. So I'm a navy, and no friends a party for no young interview. And no back kind of see party near goo. Share dear bed, dear bill, and you hope you. Your own crana. We didn't know Cataka Bomber this year, not Catalan Bomber TV. But not for here, issue be for so power. Me feel say be am before no ebeti say ye dey founders dey abayan fan by him say abanda na twemu or pray e dey bia ko be bi ofrinti no ebe bound dey friend e cancel founders dey na we dey aba we dey buy no e dey na ya e show example be say fan e dey founders dey say no kan no e bia na fax bi an kromeshia won sie gem yesi e founders dey na ko bia no e dey kuma picture kwatare any present away si near the kwatare anu go yi that's founders dey. Founders did do Nabia, Ghana from Gold Coast Central, at the Greater Accra, that's independence. Now, ye capital Edia call another region. From that, I say from Founders did no, there's now another new region, a new capital, Anambwa. Now, I show sample bit to say that's Founders did. Founders Day, papa na friend no kanya me bibiri. Wo hwe sa state family a okay ya. Ma ukwu crash that's ukwu say omo courses is siwa. No one so be so say sa de no. Adentin na sa ni ma we nyina yare ba the back. So the state family so ya ka say ya no so ti ya ko dilum. Sefa ya ko ya state family ya ko dilum. Ukwu crash na sabi atititi ada ni siwo. I don't know so uchinya the corner size the one state farm na ye bi fi akra eko di tamale 50 years me no what about more than 50 years sa state farm nya na no koye ebi wa we ebi wa bra o kwa da ni si wo it's a no say eko loan e dey ado that's it.
I want to say holidays edition of the Happy Morning Show. Good morning, we didn't have your review.
Hello.
Good morning, we didn't have your review.
Yeah, brother.
Yes sir.
Yeah, Samson
yanko.
Brother, maybe I make say happy FM one. And guy happy keeper. Now me compare car keeper pen drive my chip pitching because mo can crepa. But then that's nan kan me di hu ya kakra.
Pacha den try.
Pacha me se me kansa. Unim. Nan kan be su bisa papa ne say ngopani wakasa pa nan kan o tibi o ha. Anka fo bi no. O de ni je ne be kufie fo bi su da me ho ne be kufie. Because ngopani no one no man we mu. For Anton, if anything, and me a cowboy, if I told that time I know more about Brasifa. So, you should not go to any prefer what I need to have from.
Confuse Bamu. Confuse CPP, National Youth Organizer. CPP.
I know that will be declared state of emergency. If I told that time, no, no too kind. You know one no. And yet me NDC new, me NDC. I didn't know person. I have a pa because the open so near the pa this are from. I might be go might be. And the and so a war. Treaty and cocoa. And qua continue a blame brow. The same thing I move it that's fine. We is so power more sack. You go on a swap. It's here economy way. Huh? So I got no more like I want for Yando. They say, and me, Dr. Nicodina Kumasika say, young Yan and Indian as a doctor away. But could look at Owen. I didn't know man, Salmakoto, Mokoto down Bruce, make more teach him. Then almost any one never bought more no, and pass them papa, and say, to redeem, which you would time. Mubasenya, Mubasenya times 3.
Nantuasia, Nantuasia Makumanda. Good morning, how do you have review? Bajo, baby, I would know. Cabachon Kakram, me and Anki Yatun can you adarma?
And I was if I'm actually
bright, I was so kind, bright, Bajo Bokodia.
Yamidi and Ache, Midi also.
Obadi adarma, me and you adarma.
Yamama departure and crying dear. Mammy, honorable Madi degree and Anope, any honorable courage, my coffee, me never to our TDC. Only more than commodity. Now, mine will move. Your Obeka said, Dr. Kwame Kuma, or near Bibi Papa Bia more my Ghana. Nanipano on Pearl Mangani. Ushia motorway, I have fasu. Afi, and I have say a motorway. Yes, Eddie Mago, my Ghana. Now, we say, Omo Abaya, Omo Betina Bemu. And I saw my bemo, my president Alcono. Omodi on my way, I brought papa. Share, my papa, Dr. Kwame Kuma, share factory upon factory, share industry upon industry. Dr. Kwame Kuma, a yedimo man. A betty and Nina be Brina Guerrero, Abaya, Obia and Timmy attend, say. Between Massa factories, as I age my abo mine. A Bimuba Bemoa, and we are mine before MPP are buying. MPP are buying any of mine Ghana and Dini Baku say. Omuba Bemu Biana, Omudi or mine equate. And Chiobia, Obetina, Akase, Dr. Kwame Kuma, and your funders. Eddie more my one G found there. And for my Ghana, our person or choke constitution for Eddie more my way are not on Pegani. You best say and penny for any assignment on the money, Mamma. You will never be brea. Dr. Kwame Kuma yeah industries degree any factories degree I go yeah jano echi room say so bet me attend to South factories no what me ma South factories no asa ye juma e be boy Excellency John Dramani Mahama papa let me say Excellency John Dramani Mahama echi happy in kwande obey the effort e dey aboa man no na man na konkan indasi
Bryce Mama was the final call. Good morning, we need to be a review. Obadi Adaroma, you're here now, sir. The Joes will not batch up Pumba for the meteor.
Oh, Obadi, politics. I shouldn't who who are one of the politicians, one penny for. After the man, the birthday, this year, the birthday, I top. I think Governor Kurma, two, I don't know, I'm a papa, and you see. No, Bushaba, yes, I don't know who Bushaba. So, I can't correct. Well, what of the first under? What's the last idea? Puma, what's your get? I don't know of this under. Corner beef factory, tomato factory. Come on. The whole tomato township is on what it is. Africa, Nigeria. That is
my events, baby ojina no ehonye ntimi kan ye Joseph acha me se baby ojina no honye ntimi ye mfense nyame pa ochina kasimedu ama no nsia we ba betena se na ye another edition of the Happy Morning Show, the real live on Happy 98.9 FM. Ye fa na se kase mfama obi biara onya breti yen hwe yen efre yen nyemu anka show no you will not make it that your number 1 ye fra me nyankompa sachi this year duana abrade this year chenchen hene na Kwadwo Sefah-Danquah. Ye fa na se ma Miriam Akwete Jo Sanko Nana Amuako the entire digital team, news team, operations team. Say Moso ya send me the team di jumedi ne bremo. Na me po chena akes medu amu nsia ba no pa no e besan ba betena se biu near the another edition of the Happy Morning Show. Eddie Abreti for na for. The Stories of Sports is up next live on Happy 98.9 FM in Chinchin Fidin Fem Free and Fan Konko to baby. Na me nsere mu nyina. Na me po chena besen share biu.